see the knobbly glint in her eye. The knobbly glint. I am here because I.
What is a knobbly glint?
Hey guys, let me get everybody in here. Hang on just a second.
Hi.
Here we go. I found a faster way to do it. How about that?
Hey guys, we're turning after the hotel caught fire, so that was a lot of fun for Matt and I. Oh, Matt's in it. There's Matt. There he is.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, he rolled so good it caught our hotel on fire. Apparently, the whole building just up in flames.
Just feel like that.
Yeah, but we're live.
Actually, Raz and Matt are ghosts.
Woo.
Here we are.
We're from an alternate dimension.
Dimension. Words are hard.
It's a big old dumb giant.
Yeah. So Matt was in the process of rolling some dice. We can jump on back into that.
And Matt, simmer down now. Simmer down.
So whenever you're ready, Matt, we need to do another roll, my friend.
All right.
Another roll.
Hold up real quick.
And I got to find the dice program again myself. Yeah. Luckily, it's in our conversation, so it's easy to find.
Oh, I did roll. Wow. I got a 6, 6, 6, 4. And that's perfect.
You, my friend, have now rolled the highest possible stat you can roll in D&D as a starting character, which is an 18. So that's pretty rare and nuts. All right. You have an 18 as a score.
Let's go.
Roll again.
All right. 1, 4, 2, 4.
Reroll 2d6. Currently have 2 4s that are usable.
A 6 and a 3.
So 16. You have another 16 stat, my friend.
Ow.
All right, here we go again.
Mhm.
4, 1, 6, 4.
Reroll that 1, so 1d6.
5.
15 is your next stat. We're going to be rolling 2 more.
All right, and this next one.
So set of 46 for me.
1, 5, 4, 6.
Rerolled that 1, so 1d6.
4.
Another 15.
Quite above average.
Yeah, he's that's roll, man.
All right.
One more
It's
set
fun,
of
though.
6. Oh yeah.
4, 4, 6, 6. Man.
Okay, so that's going to be at another 16. All right. So he's got stats of he's got 2 15s, 3 16s, and an 18. That's about as good as you can get, damn near, like as far as like a first rando character. So you got those noted for yourself.
Good job.
I should.
All right. Next we're gonna do odd daughters rolls.
All right, we're getting the dice rolling now.
Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. Welcome back, everybody there in streaming land. Thanks for rejoining us after the fire that stopped our progress.
Fire incident.
Fiery roll.
It was the fiery roll. Yep. The burning dice of fire. I'll write a new Johnny Cash song.
What dice is she rolling? A D6?
She's going to be rolling 4d6.
First one's 3, 6, 2.
Was that 46?
46.
Read those numbers out for me one more time.
3, 6, 2.
There should be 4 numbers.
Let me reroll.
Oh, you don't re-roll.
Yeah, it just says 3. It just says 3. Oh.
No.
Oh, I wasn't scrolling.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We're learning together.
She had hit roll again by accident.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Do it.
It's fine. Whatever the most frequent of the 4 numbers are. Or recent, rather, not frequent.
6633.
6633. That's going to be a 15.
Write this down somewhere.
Right.
And when you get a chance, roll another 46.
3463.
3, 4, 6. That's going to be a 13.
Again.
Yep. Go ahead and do them again for me.
5224.
5224. Roll 2d6 for me this time.
Okay. 2d6. 6-1.
6, 1. Okay, so we only re-roll the ones and twos the first time. So that's going to be a 15. Takes me a minute to do some math. Another set.
4516.
Reroll that one for me.
4.
15. A lot of 15s here. It's not bad.
Mhm.
1134.
All right, roll 2d6 for me.
5 and 3.
That's going to be, let's see here, 13. One more set of 4.
3511.
Reroll 2d6 for me.
26.
That's going to be a 14. 2,
Okay.
3, 4. We got your 6 stats. All right, we can go to Odd Mother next and roll her stats.
Ugh.
Ah, you knocked over my mom too.
Okay. So we're gonna start with 46.
That's correct. 46.
3326.
I'm going to have you reroll that too. So 1d6.
You said a 2d6 or 1d6?
1d6.
6.
Be a 15. Go ahead and roll another set of 4. I'm going to ask one of my lovely assistants in the background to please bring me a do. Thank you. You got to fuel up when you're the DM, man. You know what I'm saying?
And you sounded so like that just rolled right into it.
Yeah.
1546.
1546. Roll that one again for me. Oh, we have our lovely assistant bring in the Mountain Dew. Thank you.
So you may roll another 46.
Just one. 46.
4.
Ooh, okay. We got, let's see, 15. Another 15. God, you guys love 15s today. We got 2 in a row.
Apparently.
I'm just going to call this game 15. All right, another set of 4, please.
4543.
4543. That's going to be a 13.
What?
All right, another set of 4. Yeah. 15, 15, 13 is where we're you right now. So we need to have you go again for 4.
3251.
I'm going to have you roll 2d6 for me.
6 and 3.
Okay, that's going to be a 14. I'm going to have you roll another set of 6 or set of 4. After these rolls, we'll give you guys a chance to pipe in and talk to us in chat. We'll highlight some of your comments. Got 2 more sections.
1212.
46. Reroll 4 of them. So this is the worst luck we've had so far.
What did you want me to roll?
All 4.
Oh,
And whatever these are, we're going with. Just don't roll that
4,
again.
6, 1, 2.
4, 6, 1. You've officially rolled the lowest stat of the night at a 12. I'm gonna have you roll. Yeah, one more set of sixes for me. 46.
1551.
2d6, please.
34.
14. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got the stats done. Steve, are we still waiting for you for next week?
Yeah, we're waiting for me for next
Cool.
week.
I just wanted to double check with you real quick because we had that time in between. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
making snarky comments for tonight.
Perfect. I love it. We can go ahead and highlight some comments now and talk to some folks at home.
Okay. So we've got Chris. Chris is saying, what are you saying, Chris?
Hello.
Has my stuff is close. He's saying hello.
What's up, Chris?
Of course, Delphine. We got Delphine in the house.
A character of
Saying
6.
it-
Oh,
I've had
that's
a
bad.
character
See,
that's 6 before.
that means whatever stat she had on, every roll was a -2 with that stat. You don't want to be in the negatives, man. You don't want to have under a 10. 10 is 0. You just don't get a bonus or a negative. But if you've got an 8 or below, that's negatives, man. Hey, Jenny, welcome back.
And she is glad everyone is alive and well.
Yeah. Being live is probably a good thing, so I hear.
I feel good.
See, you sang just the right amount of that song to make sure we didn't get sued. I appreciate that.
No problem. That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're there for. All right. So now we got to talk classes, guys, races and classes. And this is obviously a very important part of D&D. Now, in modern times, they've been getting away from saying races. They're using a different terminology for that. I'm not up to date on a lot of the newest stuff, so I'm going to keep it old school. So we are going to keep calling it races and classes for now. Because it's easier as far as book content goes. And we're playing D&D, so I'm pretty sure everybody at home knows what we mean by those statements. All right, so we're going to go back to our original sacrificial lamb that sets hotels on fire with his dice rolling. Matt, what are you thinking? I know you're thinking necromancer, which is a little tough for a newbie, but I think you can swing it.
You see, I just love being in control of the dead so much that I just want to, make it happen.
All right, man. That's a worthy goal, I think. Controlling the dead, because controlling the living is illegal.
Exactly.
All right, so what are you thinking race wise, man? Like right now we're just talking. We'll plug everything in on paper here soon, but like, I mean, there's a lot of options. We're trying to stick to more of the options in the player's handbook, which you also have there in front of you. It's a lot of your basics. Your humans, your elves, your dwarves, your halflings, your gnomes.
Let's see what we got here.
So there's a lot of noise going on around Matt at the moment. A lot of background. There we go. All right. Cool. I'm going to have you mute while you peruse, sir.
I think I got it.
Okay, what are you thinking for race?
I'll go elf.
Elf? Okay, cool. So he's going to end up going with an elf and necromancer. I'm going to have you mute now, if you don't mind. What are you thinking so far, Odd Daughter? Like as far as race and class goes, have you put a lot into that yet?
Well, I think I'm gonna go with fighter.
A fighter? Okay. That's a great class. It's especially a great one to start out with because fighters are some of the easiest classes to play off the rip. Plus, they're a lot of fun because you get to, break stuff and punch people in the face, which is awesome. Definitely awesome. So, what about class? What do you think? Or, I'm sorry, race. What are you thinking there?
I've been perusing and I think I found a pretty good one.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Lumine.
What is that?
It's in Monster Manual.
Lumine.
Okay, so you can't pull things from the monster manual for races. That's just for monsters. There are some monsters classes, but they get extremely complicated with specific character levels, and it makes leveling a nightmare. But we cannot do one of those. What we want to do is try and stick to what they call player races, which is everything in the Player's Handbook, Player's Handbook 2, and there are a couple other books out there that do have some player races.
Even though it's a template for a player race?
Does it have an ECL?
Yes, it does have an ECL.
What's the ECL?
A level adjustment of +2.
Yeah. So we want to stay away from anything that has a level adjustment of 2 or higher. Again, the reason why is the leveling gets really complicated between everyone, and we got a lot of players. And it also makes it a lot more complicated for her, or for anyone, actually.
Hmm.
Some of the best options are some classes you'll notice will give people bonuses to like their stats. Not all, but some do. So being a
Mhm.
fighter, things like strength and constitution, races that have bonuses to that are always like really good bets because they're kind of already like built towards being that class.
Okay. Do you want to have her think about it for a minute?
She can if she wants to think about it for a minute, and we can get back to her. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's do that.
And that brings us to you.
I'm thinking about a bard and a human race.
A human bard. Okay, I particularly love bards. 3.5 is the best edition of any, not even just of D&D, but of any role playing game out there. Like 3.5
Mhm.
bards are like the god bards. Like that's the time that's when it's time to make a bard.
Right.
So I dig that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Humans are great too because although they don't get stat boosts, they get an extra feat at starting, which a lot of most other races don't get that. So that's a little bonus that humans get for being human and squishy.
So yeah, I'm human and squishy.
Okay. So far we have an elven necromancer and a human bard. I mean, Dell had a question for me in chat. I can just read it out if you want. You don't have to pull it up unless you want to.
Oh yeah. My stuff's
Oh,
running slow.
there we go. Let's see. I played a necromancer once, and I was forced to make my character evil, as they stated there was no good use of the dead, even suggesting things like using the dead on the battlefield to bury themselves. I think neutral or good necromancers are possible. What about you? I agree with you there. I've been in a lot of campaigns and a lot of sessions where I had people in my party that played neutral or good necromancers. It's all about the use of the necromancy. And one thing that we're not allowing alignment wise is we're not allowing evil characters in our game. The reason why we don't do that with this is because we do have a lot of first timers or a lot of people getting used to newer editions, and to have a party that divided, like half of them are evil, half of them are good, that makes things uber complicated for story and for pretty much everything. So I tend to lean towards the ability to have the lighter characters as far as the necromancer being neutral or good. I think it adds a lot of flavor. Let's see. Trying to level a player monster class makes you have to spend some levels maturing into the monster class before learning to be whatever class they want to play. You have to first fully become the monster or mature bit by bit, whilst also learning a bit of roguing or whatever class you do. And that's exactly why we're keeping it low on the adjusted levels because, like she said, you won't even be able to take levels in your class for a while. You have to just start taking the monster levels. And like, if somebody in the campaign dies, right, and they roll up another character and they're a little bit more experienced, I'm
Mhm.
down to have the discussions about something a little bit more intense now that everybody's kind of got the hang of things. Just for starting out, we can go a little bit more avant-garde on the I'd say the classes than the races to start with.
Okay. And they're still looking.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're not in a rush. You guys have any questions about D&D or random bullshit you want to say? Now's the time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I had already originally not even think about going evil necromancer. I just wanted to be like a necromancer in general.
Yeah. You can be like, hey, I'm gonna resurrect this dead body to help that woman get that plate off that really tall shelf.
I see.
See, that's a good use of necromancy.
The thing is, like, I would like people that would surround me and be loyal to me. That's just like my big thing about.
Well, I mean, you can get that with an evil character technically too. You could be evil and have a commanding presence that
That's
demands
what I
will.
meant. Like, I just wanted to be good and
Yeah.
have that support around.
What Matt's saying is he follows the life rule of don't be a dick. the very simple number one rule that all human beings should follow.
So I have a question. Out of these
Yeah.
numbers, are we going ahead and putting them in our temporary score?
Nope, that'll be your stats. Hold on a minute. Let me pull up this character sheet because I had it up a little bit ago, and then then the fire happened, so I haven't pulled it back up yet. That way, it's a little bit easier for me to guide you guys on where to plug things in
This
at.
is the fiery roll.
Yeah, that fire, man, it fucked my head up a little bit. Sorry.
Matt's going to go down in infamy with that fiery roll.
Let's see. So you're going to be plugging them in on your ability score. That's where the numbers will be again once we decide where you want to go. Now we can, if Odd Daughter needs a little bit more time, we can start plugging some of that stuff in now for you guys if that's easier.
Okay. Do you want us to start plugging in some of the numbers while y'all work on it, or she's going to go with human? Okay, so she's going with human.
Okay. 2 humans and know that's not a bad thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get
And
to
fighter
number
class. Okay.
better
and then
class.
fighter
All right. Okay. So we'll hop back over here to Matt to start plugging some stuff in for him. So Matt, obviously at the top of your character, there's going to be some fun information, and this is some stuff that anybody here can figure out to start. Go ahead and popping in now, and when I get to you, you can tell me what you wrote. There's obviously your character name. If you've got it now, cool. You could technically, if you wanted to leave that blank until we start actually playing, if you need time to think about it, no problem. It's got a spot for player. That would be you guys' name. Class, for Matt, you're going to put Necromancer in that if you haven't already.
All right, I'll do that right now.
All right. You ever notice how it's always the Ipanema song? Like every time I hear like weird music, it's always that song in elevators. It's weird.
Especially in some of the like the grindhouse type movies.
Yeah,
Or
it is.
something really bad happens, like somebody's face gets shot off or something.
Yeah.
All right, I got that done.
All right. Next thing you're going to take a look at is race. In your case, Matt, you're going to put down elf. Not elf, but elf. You're raising the dead, not eating cats.
Yeah, no eating of cats.
Yeah.
I
Steve would
didn't
be very
plan on
offended.
it.
Are you good there, sir?
Does that mean that he would
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
great.
resurrect you 9 times, Steve?
Oh,
Yes,
he
it
will.
does.
Hey, it just increased my power level.
Yeah. Need more experience. All right. Now you're going to go into alignment. I'm going to give you a choice. So there's a lot of alignment types. If you guys want to check out alignments, which I highly recommend. It's in the player's handbook, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown. So you have 2 different alignments, sides of your alignment. You've got like good, neutral, evil. Then you've got things like, chaotic, lawful, also neutral. So you have options and ways you're going to combine things here. So I guess what kind of guy are you making? Or what kind of elf are you making here, Matt?
Um,
You're saying like maybe a nice guy?
yeah,
So-
like more neutral. Like, just in the middle. Like I could align myself with anything.
I think what it's going to be easier to do is have you good align, but what I'm going to have you write down is chaotic good.
Okay.
That means you're basically a good guy, but things get a little crazy sometimes, and you're good with that. Think like good examples would be Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead. I would consider him chaotic good. Han Solo is considered chaotic good.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay. So just chaotic/good. And let me know when you got that done.
I got it.
All right, cool. Now we're on to deity. This is your god. Now, You have a choice here. You can choose not to follow a god. You can choose to follow a D&D god. You can choose, and I will allow this because I love this, thanks to the deities and demigods handbook especially. Any set of religious deities that you'd like. It could be Egyptian, Greek. I mean, it's up to you here.
What if I
about
pick
this?
all of them?
You can't really do that in this, unfortunately.
Oh, we'll go Buddhist.
Okay, do you happen to know the Buddhist god of death, or do we need to look that up?
Look it up.
But keep in mind, that's not how that religion exactly works. So you would be likely to worship Yama. I'm sure I've pronounced this incorrectly. It's Yama. And thank you for making me do some research for later games. Gonna be a big F you, buddy. You got that written down? Yama.
All right.
Now we're gonna go to size. So you are going to write down M for medium because elves are considered medium sized.
All right.
That's going to matter later with like certain weapons you use and spells and things like that.
All right.
All right, we're on to age now. So elves age very differently than humans. So in terms of human years, about how old would you say your character is in terms of human years?
24.
So I'm going to have you go ahead and write down 124
Okay.
because of their lifespan. And if you're saying like they're at that level of maturity, that would be close to around about how old an elf would be versus a human at that level of maturity and age.
All right, 124.
Yeah. Gender, there's lots to choose from here. We're going with modern day real life genders here, so you can literally be male, female. You can be anything you would like to be. You just have to.
Unicorn's probably what.
Yeah.
I'll just go male.
Okay, just write M again. And we're getting to the fun stuff.
All right.
All right. Height and weight. Now, elves tend to be a little taller, a little on the thinner side. That doesn't mean, too much. But they do tend to be a little taller than humans at times. Not crazy, but,
It's around like 6'4".
You can be 6'4". I'd allow that.
Okay. And around 210.
I would mark yourself down probably about like 180.
180. Okay.
Somewhere between 180 and 190.
All right.
Again, the way elves are built, that would look a muscular elf.
Yeah, I'll put that down.
Okay. And finally, we are on eyes. Last three categories.
We'll go green.
Green eyes. Hair. You're gonna want to put like length and color, basically.
Long black hair.
All right. Let's put long/black. I mean, you said elf. Are you going basic elf or like a sub elf, like a wood elf or what have you? I'm assuming you're just going like the straight elf.
I think I'll try wood elf because like.
Wood elves are a little bit more familiar with nature than they are cities.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'll go wood elf.
Wood elf. Okay, we can give that a shot. So when you, up to over by elf and race, just put wood in front of it. And that's how you get wood. You just write it on your character sheet, and there you go.
Shame on you.
I didn't choose it. That's Matt's fault. I'm blaming Matt on this. You got that handled, bud?
Yep.
All right. Skin.
We'll go wooden.
This is more like the color and tone of your
Color
skin.
and
So I
tone.
mean, being a wood elf, yeah, like like earth tones,
Yeah, like brown.
like brownish.
Yeah.
Okay. that'll work. Just write down brownish.
Brownish. Okay.
Like, are we talking like, okay, let's specify. We're talking like light brown, dark brown,
We'll go dark brown.
or darker brown.
Yeah.
That'll work. Yeah, like an oaky kind of look.
What about like a maroon?
Yeah, you could go maroon. Yeah, you could have a slightly maroonish. So basically, you have normal skin. It's just got like like a maroonish tone to it.
Okay.
That's how it would come out. You could definitely do that.
All right.
Yeah, that works. All right, so now we're going to your stats. We got those numbers, those fancy little numbers we rolled earlier. This is where we're going to be plugging those in here for your stat scores. Okay, going to determine your bonuses, and you're lucky because you're doing the digital sheet, so it'll plug everything in for you. So yours will actually be a little quicker to make, which is fine. Doesn't matter really either way. So as a necromancer, your highest stat, and again, you can choose differently. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of guidance. You're probably going to slap that 18 in charisma, because charisma is the more important stat as far as a necromancer goes. You're playing, I believe, a dread necromancer is the official title.
Yes.
So you're definitely gonna want to go with your 18 and your charisma.
Yeah.
A lot of the rest, go
I'll
ahead.
go with that.
But a lot of the rest of this is going to be, choice based. To be honest with you,
All right.
you have really good stats, so you're not gonna really, your lowest stat equals to about the highest stat of a lot of the other people. So you got, despite setting things on fire, some very fantastic rolls here. So we've got your 18 used.
We'll do
All right.
16 and strength. Or wait,
If I could recommend, I would put your 15 in strength. One of
15?
your 15s in strength. Yeah, I would go strength. Yeah, for a 15 because you're going to rely on strength less as a caster.
Okay.
In Fury, and it's considered a dump stat for your class. A dump stat is just a stat you're not going to use as much.
Okay.
So what we should now do is figure out where you want to plug that other 15 in, because it'll make things a little easier in the long run. So your next stat that you don't have to care as much about here, it's probably, and this is good. Again, you're definitely going to want your con and your dex to be 16s for sure if you want to plug those in there. Your dex, that's going to help determine your armor class, how quick you are, your reflex saving throws. And your con is all about your hit points and your fortitude saves. So those are pretty important.
Yeah,
especially
I want this definitely a 16s then.
Yeah. So go ahead and plug 2 of the 16s in there just like that. And now it's just a choice, man. Wisdom, intelligence. Wisdom, intelligence. Intelligence, you're going to have things involving your skills. Like anything that takes intelligence, obviously this will affect, but your amount of skills that you get each level is going to be determined by this. So that'll affect things a little bit.
Yeah.
And your wisdom is going to be your will saving throw, which is a really important, especially for a spellcaster. Your will is very important.
All right, I'll go wisdom as my last 16.
All right. So wisdom 16, intelligence is going to be 15, and your stats are plugged in, and your top matter is created.
Congratulations, it's an elf.
Yay!
Now, when we get back to you, we'll be going back into your class and looking at specifically your class, and we'll be plugging some more stuff in here in a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and take a look at comments for a moment, and then we'll get to Odd Daughter after that.
The Friday Blue says, not live anyway.
Okay. Hello.
A Facebook user says, I'm at the Hunk Show. Stopping by to say hello.
The
Hey.
Hunk Show. That sounds interesting.
It does. It sounds intriguing, doesn't it?
And Dell had asked me a question up before that. She said, are we going to have the cool rule? The rule that states
Okay.
if you're doing something that your character has the ability to, and you describe it in a detailed way, such that it would be awesome, You get a slight benefit to your roll based on adding flavor to the campaign. Yes, I do subscribe to the cool rule. If you can describe something awesome and your character has the ability to do it, yeah, I'll give you a secret bonus.
Nice. I like that.
Makes things a little more cinematic and fun. Right, so we will hop on over to Odd Daughter.
Ready to take it off?
Whenever you're ready. Awesome. So we're going to be filling some stuff in. Oh, wait, 1 second. Matt, did you name your character already? I forgot to ask you that.
You didn't ask me about it, but I do have a preset name that I already came up with.
All right, what is it?
Matthias Gregoris.
Matthias Gregoris, the Elven Necromancer. All right. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Okay, back to Odd Daughter. Some stuff to fill in here. Like, have you thought of a character name yet, or do you need more time on that?
I haven't thought of a character name.
No problem. You can do that whenever you need to. We'll move on down to player. Put your name down. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess you will still need to do this because I'll need copies of your sheets. I was gonna say, you know your name. You don't need it. But, yeah.
You or DM,
Yeah. That's
okay.
perfect. You let me know when you are ready to go on.
I did.
Okay. So your class, you said you were going to be fighter.
Fighter.
Level is 1. Let's see. Race human. I think you said you wanted to go with human. You got that in there? The human?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We are going to move over to alignment.
I was thinking about neutral good.
Neutral good? Yeah, you can do neutral good. I'm good with that. Do you have a deity? You don't have to.
Yeah.
Who's your deity?
Farlahan.
Interesting. Okay. I like it. Your size will be medium, of course.
Yeah.
What do you have for age?
Age.
I couldn't hear you.
16.
16? All right, awesome. Gender?
Male.
Okay, cool. Height?
Maybe just 6 foot.
6 foot?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine for a human. Weight?
Is that about right for a male's weight at that height? 155?
It really depends on the build she wants. I mean, does she want to go with someone that's a little like thinner and wiry, or someone that's a little bit bulkier?
A little on the bulky side.
Well, 180 probably would be solid. 180, but in shape. Okay, moving right along. Eyes.
I'll go with light brown.
Okay, light brown. Hair.
1 second.
Take all the time you need.
I'll go with a dark brown.
What length?
Medium.
Cool. Just medium, long, or yeah, light brown. And skin. Humans tend to be like normal nationality, skin color wise.
Yeah. A little on the pale side.
Okay, cool. You can just mark down pale. Or slightly pale, however you want to put it down, really. All right, now we're at the fun part, which is your scores. As a fighter, you got some options here, some really cool options. Strength is the one we usually advise people to dump your highest stat into. Now, if you want, you can do it with Dex or Con instead. It just depends on how you want to play this fighter.
She's already gotten hers written down. Do you want her just to read them off to you?
Oh, yeah, she's got them plugged in. Yeah, just read them to me.
15 in strength.
Okay.
14 in dexterity.
Okay.
15 in constitution.
Okay.
a 13 in intelligence,
Okay.
15 in wisdom, and another 13 in wisdom.
Nice. That's a good spread there. All right. Well, we're good on you for now. We're gonna switch over to Oddmother.
D. Okay.
All right.
You did
If you
just
have
say
anything, go ahead. I was gonna
Just
say if you have
about
anything
the-
already plugged in, you can just read them out.
Yeah, I do. I have everything plugged in.
Oh,
And
cool.
I had asked you that question earlier. So, so the character's name is Klaus. Just Klaus.
Just Klaus. All right, I like it. That's good for a bard to have that one and that Madonna whole thing going on.
Yes, I have a bard. Human.
Okay.
I'm chaotic neutral.
Ooh, okay.
My deity is, and I'm gonna mess this up. Olidamara.
Okay. Interesting.
Olidamara. I'm a medium-sized build.
Okay.
And I figure since we're just starting, I want to start out fairly young, 17.
Okay.
I'm a male, 5'5", 145 pounds. I have reddish, or the brown red. Would that be considered like hazel, a type of hazel?
It could be. Yeah.
Like the eyes. Black hair about shoulder length with some
Okay.
wave. Fair and pale with one of the little goatee things right here in the mustachio.
All right. I dig it. I dig that. Nice.
As far as my stats, I have 15 in intelligence.
Okay.
I guess I should start at the top. Strength is 14. Dex is 15.
Okay.
Con is 12. Intelligence is 15. Wisdom is 13. And charisma is 14.
Nice. I like that. I like that.
Oh,
Okay.
I came up with a name for my character.
What you got?
Finn Divvy.
That's awesome. I like that. Right now, we're actually moving quite along on this. See,
Yeah.
once you get used to certain things, you'll be able to just plug things in ahead of time as I'm explaining it to one person. So that kind of that helps a lot, actually. So we're learning how to move things along as we go, which is fantastic. So we're gonna head and gonna take it back over there to Matt. We're gonna actually plug some stuff in here for your race and your class there.
Okay.
So you need to go to the book and Player's Handbook, to the section about elves.
All right.
It would be under races and then elf.
All right. I'm there right now.
All right. We're gonna be looking at this to plug some stuff in. One of the first things that you need to look at is, let's see, once again, the abilities you get from being an elf.
Okay. It says +2 dexterity.
Does that have the information for being a wood elf or just an elf?
Just an elf.
1 second. What we may do is just have you just use the base stuff of being and just be an elf. That might be a little bit easier.
Okay.
So we can revisit your skin color
All right.
as well. While we're at it. I think that might keep it a little bit simpler for you.
Okay.
All right. So it was a +2 to, you said, dexterity.
Yes, and I'm -2 to Constitution.
So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take 2 away from your you said negative to Constitution.
Yes.
Take 2 away from your score,
All right.
and then add 2 to the other.
All right. I should have that plugged in. Boom.
And that's something that, like I said, drastically changes scores.
All right.
Usually you think about that when you build, but because your stats are a lot more even, we didn't really have to worry about that so much. And
Yeah.
the humans don't have any negatives or bonuses to their stats, so it makes it easier. All right, next, elf traits. You already have medium size. So we need to type in your elf's base land speed. I'm trying to see where that is. It should be somewhere in the top right of the top right of your character sheet where it says speed. You'll just put a 30 right there.
Okay.
You got that?
Yep.
All right, move back to elf here. We're gonna write some things down in your traits section. If you scroll down all the way down the character sheet, you're gonna see things like feats, extraordinary abilities, and supernatural abilities.
Yep. I see him.
Now, usually there's some kind of category for immunities and things like that. In some places there are, sometimes sheets don't have them. So we're going to list your immunities there for sake of ease right now. So you're going to put that under extraordinary abilities.
Okay.
You'll write, let's see here, immunity to sleep.
Okay.
When you get that, let me know.
We're all right. Let's go.
All right. Next, in that same category, write +2 save.
All right.
Verse. Enchantment.
Okay.
If anybody tries to use an item or a spell on you that's considered an enchantment category, you'll just get a +2 on your save against it.
Okay.
That's what that means. Also write down 1 second, low light vision.
In the dark.
Nope, that would be dark vision. Low light vision means that, like, if you've got a torch, right? A human, for example, can only see so far by torchlight. You can see twice as far
Okay.
with just a very low light than a normal person could.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. Let me know when you got that.
All right. I should have it.
Alrighty. So under feats, write down weapon, proficiency, or PROF, period, if you want to abbreviate. Basic.
All right.
Now we're going to go into your skills section, which we'll revisit again here shortly. Let me know when you're in your skills section.
Okay.
It's that long list of skills. You see where it says miscellaneous modifier, that category?
Yes.
The numbers I'm about to give you, this is where you'll plug it in. It'll be different later, but for right now, that's where it'll be.
Okay.
You are going to get a +2 to the following things: listen, search, spot. So for listen, search, spot, put a +2 in the miscellaneous modifier category.
Okay.
Got that done for all 3 of them?
Should be, yeah.
All right, cool. One more thing for your elf trait. We are going to look at your languages. I'm trying to see if there's a spot on here that's got languages. If not, we will make one. It's not my favorite sheet that I've ever found to use, but it's serviceable. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna go down to the bottom and under you see, we'll keep it in extraordinary abilities just for now. Just write languages with like a colon after, and we'll list a couple languages. Now these are languages that you can speak, read, and comprehend.
Okay.
So how this works is you automatically are going to get Common and Elven.
Okay. What does this mean?
So that means you can speak, read, comprehend, write in your native Elven language, and Common. Common is the language that all races know. Like everyone knows Common. It's like the universal language. Now
Okay.
you're gonna get some more languages here. you're going to get Draconic. Or if it's easier for you, you can just put down Dragon if you want so you remember things.
All right.
Gnoll. Gnoll. Let's just speak to Gnolls.
Okay.
Gnome. Gnome. Talk to gnomes and other people that speak gnomish.
Okay.
Next is Goblin. Self-explanatory, probably. A lot of these will be. Orc. ORC.
Okay.
And Sylvan. SYLVAN. Sylvan is the language of the wild, of Fae, and things like that. It's a fun one to know.
All right. We're all set.
All right, now we're going to do, and this is the quicker part, we're going to go ahead and do your plugins for your class. I'm actually looking for that on my end right now so I can help you through it. Oh, I know I sent it to you. Oh, there it is. Redneck Necromancer. All right. I need you to roll for me real quick.
Okay.
Roll a 1d6.
1d6 coming up.
Okay.
1.
Reroll that.
5.
5. Okay. Now I want you to take a look at your sheet for me really quick. I need you to go to your stat for Constitution or CON. What does the ability modifier say?
It says 2.
All right, so you're going to add 2 to 5. That's 7. To your right, you're going to see a little box that says HP.
All right, I see that.
Yep, put a 7. You start the game with only 7 hit points at level 1. You are squishy. Very squishy.
No.
We're all squishy. You're
Yes.
squishy. I'm squishy. We're all squishy.
Now, you'll find that every level we do HP will always be the first time you roll a 1 or 2, it's ignored. We'll keep that permanent throughout for HP.
Okay.
All right, you got that?
Yes, I have it right here.
All right, next we're going to do your amount of skill points. We're not going to plug in your skill points yet, but we're going to do your amount of skill points. What is your ability score for intelligence?
3.
So you're going to add that to 2. So that's 5. You're going to get 5 skill points to spend. Since you actually don't have that many, we might as well just go ahead and put them in. I forgot for you, you don't really have a lot, so it doesn't take that long. All right. There is going to be, let's see. Go to your skills
Okay.
on your sheet. You see where it says class skill Y or blank?
Yes.
You're going to put a Y on some skills that I'm going to read out to you. You can let me know when you're ready, and I'll start reading them out.
All right.
All right. Bluff. Concentration.
Okay.
Craft. Decipher script. Okay. Disguise. Hide. Intimidate. Knowledge Arcana and Knowledge Religion. They're both right next to each other.
All right.
And let's see here. Profession, which we'll deal with in just a moment. We'll talk about what kind of profession it is.
Okay.
And spellcraft. Now you can pick up other skills that will just cost more points to pick up skills that aren't in your class is all.
Okay.
Things like search and spot and listen are generally pretty useful, but we can worry about that later. So right now you have 5 skill points. Is that right?
Yes.
All those skills that you have a Y on, right? You get 5 points to spend, 5 ranks. you can choose to put them in that or spend 1.5 points for something outside of what you're doing. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you you're going to want to put at least 1 in concentrate and 1 in spellcraft.
Okay.
That's very important for necromancer.
All right. We'll do spellcraft for sure.
Yeah, 1 in spellcraft and 1 in concentration.
Okay.
Spellcraft helps you identify what a spell is and more information like when you see a spell in use, whereas concentration helps you stay concentrating on the fact that you're casting a spell. Because I can interrupt you and you would have to make a concentration check or just lose your spell that round. And that'd be bad. That won't happen a ton in level 1, but it'll happen some. That leaves you with 3 points left. What are you thinking?
I'll do knowledge religion.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay. I would, if I were you, go ahead and put 1 in knowledge arcana also.
Okay.
And then you have 1 more point to spend. A lot of options here.
So intimidate.
Intimidate? Okay, cool. Or intimidate. That is actually your skills done. We're almost done with a lot of your stuff right now. We are when you're ready, let me know. We'll go to another spot. The thing that drives me nuts about this sheet, and I don't love, is that it doesn't have a spot for like class features and things like that. But we're gonna put that also in your extraordinary abilities section.
Okay.
Somewhere in there, like towards the bottom of that box or something, just type in class features.
In which box?
In the extraordinary abilities box that we've been using.
Okay.
Yeah, just write class features.
All right.
The first one is going to be Charnel Touch. That's CHARNEL touch.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, we'll go over a lot of this too. Like, for example, Charnel Touch, negative energy flows through a dread necromancer's body, concentrating in her hands. At will, no more than once per round, she can make a melee touch attack against a living foe that deals 1d8 damage, 1d8 points of damage plus 1 per every 4 class levels. So, like, this might be stronger. Like, this is like the equivalent of probably a weapon that you're going to be using or better. So, it's a really cool class ability that you get to do. It'll be super helpful for you, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a, I wouldn't say an advantage, but it evens out a negative you might have not being able to do a lot of damage with a weapon with strength.
Oh, okay.
It's a really cool ability. And the second one you'll be putting down is Rebuke Undead. REBUKE Undead.
Right.
Now, this is super important for Necromancer because this is your ability to either turn away or command undead. It's a very low level right now, so it won't be powerful. You're not going to be able to raise like armies of skeletons anytime soon, but it's kind of a cool thing that can do. You are a level 1 character, so we're literally almost done with you. Feats. Actually, 1 second before we get to your feats, I think we need to run an ad.
All right.
Am I right on that?
Yep. I'm on it.
Cool.
Our captain, you are found guilty of witchcraft. You are found guilty. You are found guilty. Witchcraft. You are found guilty. Hello, all you beautiful people out there. It's your boy Sloopy. And when I'm not guzzling down gallons and gallons of amazing ice cream, yes, oh, I love ice cream. Oh, hang on. I'm watching PBDC TV. Now, back to the show, all you beautiful people. And remember, stay nasty.
Welcome back.
All right, we're back.
Hello.
All right, so here's where we're at right now. We got to pick a feat for Matt, and then we're going to pause him because the only thing he'll have left to do after that is just spells and his items. So we'll
Okay.
put a pause on him after we choose this feat. Matt, you have one feat to choose, my friend. I can give you some advice and some options if that would help you out.
All right, let me get some advice.
All right. So one of the most important things for a magic user early on, there's two different feats I would suggest to you. One is toughness. It'll give you a little bit of boost on HP every level, which is really good for a magic user. There's also improved initiative. Now, improved initiative means you're going to get a bonus to your initiative. When let's say you guys are being attacked, or you're in a situation where everybody's got to roll dice for combat or traps or what have you. I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative. Based on the number you roll is in the order you act. It's generally in the best interest of a magic user to act a little bit earlier on so they have a little bit more time to prepare a spell or what have you. So those are two, again, you don't have to go these options, but they are really good options to start with.
I think I'm gonna run with initiative.
Initiative, so just right under feats, improved initiative.
Okay.
Make yourself a little notice that's going to be a +4, and we're going to plug that into your character sheet as well because there should be a spot for that. So when you got that written down, let me know.
Yep, I got it.
All right. Do you remember where you put in your HP over near your stats?
Yes.
You'll see a category called initiative.
Yep.
Put a +4 for your, or just a number 4 in your miscellaneous modifier for that.
All right.
All right, cool. We are currently putting a pause on you and moving on to Odd Daughter.
All right.
So we're moving on to. So I think her and Oddfather have been working on some things here, and
Awesome.
so just let her know what you need her to read out.
So let's see here. For your race, so you're going human. You don't get a lot of benefits right off the bat from being human. So we'll just talk about like what kind of things you get for being human. And of course, you mentioning this means we also don't have to mention it for Odd Mother because you're both being humans.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a twofer here.
So far, we're
So-
all squishy. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're more squishy than that.
Yeah. Matt's pretty squishy. I should know.
Well, you shouldn't, but you do.
We do the truffle shuffle.
we only do that on Tuesdays. We only talk about that on Tuesdays. So you guys are safe. We don't broadcast on Tuesdays. So, what do you get for being a human? For the people at home.
What do we get for being human?
Yeah. What do you get for being human? Like Matt got some bonuses. He got low light vision. You know, he got some benefits.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Internal
bonus
suffering.
feat and
Yep.
a 4 plus skill point.
Oh yeah, that's right. You get the skill point modifier too, which is also super useful for humans. All right, so that's actually a pretty big deal. You might not think about it because you're not getting bonuses to stats, but you automatically start out with more feats and more skills than any other race in the game, which is kind of a big deal. It's that
That's
trade-off.
just the beginning, though, right? Because I think it kind of levels itself out as we go forward.
No, those things only count for level 1. Everybody's stuff when you start out with your race only counts for the first level.
Okay.
Actually, no. Like I think you still get an additional point or two each level for being human for skills, but just not for feats. Like this is just an extra
Just skill
starting
points.
fee, basically. So that works.
Okay.
Skill points. Yeah, there's some additional bonuses beyond that to being human. All right.
Let's see. They've gone fairly far with this, so you just let her know what you need to know.
Okay. I guess what do you get for being a fighter, so the people at home know?
Okay. Your That's the feet, though. Isn't it? Okay. He was asking. Were you asking again? I'm sorry, Raz.
What she gets for being a fighter?
What do you get for being in fight?
Mhm.
Able to use any weapons or shields as long as they're not exotic.
Okay, yeah. So martial. Okay.
Also, a bonus feat at first level.
Yep, that's another thing. So you're going to get to choose 3 feats because you're a human, a fighter, and a first level character, which is pretty amazing. What special abilities do you get at first level fighter?
Just the bonus feet. Yeah, just the bonus feet.
Okay. That's what I was thinking it was, yeah, because that's
Yeah.
also again a really big deal. All right, have you plugged in your hit points?
No.
Okay. So what?
1 die 10.
1d10. So roll that 1d10 for me.
1 second. 1 second. 1 die. A 6.
A 6. And what is your Constitution score?
My Constitution score is
I'm sorry, your ability modifier for Constitution.
ability modifier. It's a 2.
2. So 8. You were going to start off with 8 hit points. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Plus toughness.
Plus toughness.
Yes. Oh, okay. I didn't know we hadn't gotten into feats yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, add your toughness, and that's a plus 3, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so you're 11. Wow, that's really good for a first level character. That's nice.
It's not
I'm the
squishy at
less
all.
squishy so far.
Yeah. She's the least squishy character so far. But as a fighter, you want non-squishy in a fighter.
Yes, this would be true.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
All right. What other 2 feats?
Other 2 feats, it's weapon focus and shield for specialization.
Very cool. I like it a lot. So you're going to go sword and shield then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what's your weapon focus in? Are you just going to take it in sword? So I'm the kind of person that lets you do categories with focus because I don't know. It just seems a little bit more general. Like if you're good with swords, you should be able to be good with a sword. You shouldn't have to focus on great sword or long sword. 'Cause I'm not a dick about that. I try to be kind of a little bit more general for people when they're starting out. So if you're going sword, you could just put down sword.
Sure.
You gonna go sword or you want to flip?
Yeah, if you can do a different weapon, obviously.
Hold on, 1 second.
There's a lot of cool ones out there, like maces, flails. Just lots of neat stuff.
Find out.
Yeah.
Pop it in right there. One thing.
We'll actually get to equipment at the end too.
So you're looking for one.
Yep. Just what kind of weapon is your character going to be using for your feat, or what category of weapon? I guess? And just for you guys at home, normally our shows will be a lot quicker paced because there'll be action. We'll be playing through a story, but these
This
episode
is
0
part of the
episodes are a little slow.
process.
Yeah.
This is part of the process.
Trust the process.
Yes. We want to cheap out on you guys and not show you behind the curtain.
One of my favorite weapons is like a battle axe.
battle axe, but you're a necromancer who will not probably use a battle axe, my friend.
I'm just talking about in general.
Just out of curiosity, what does a necromancer like in general usually use? Does that
The necromancer's got some options, like staffs are like staffs are always a good thing.
Uh-huh.
You could use a sickle.
Ooh,
What
I
about
mean-
like a little dagger?
Yeah, you could do daggers are obviously good. Regular daggers, throwing daggers, things like that. We'll get when we get down to gear, we'll talk a lot more about all that stuff because you have a lot of option between ranged and melee weapons.
All right, sounds great.
Oh,
I'm going for a one-handed battle axe.
All right, cool. So you're just put weapon focus axe for me. For your weapon focus, just say axe.
you write that right here. Right.
Yep. And we'll pick your actual axe out later. But yeah, that's a good call, man. So you're gonna go axe and shield.
Mhm.
That's cool, man. I haven't seen an axe and shield in a while, quite a while. All right. Let's see. We've got your HP, your saves, which I forgot to do with Matt. That I'll be doing when I pop back over to him.
Okay. Where are those at? Are those safe?
That's underneath your stats. You'll see
she's got
saving
those.
throws.
Yeah, she's got those plugged in. You need her to read those off.
Yeah. What's the total? The total number for those three things?
The 4 in fortitude,
Okay.
2 in reflex, and 2 in will.
Okay, decent. What's your base attack bonus? It should be a category right underneath that.
Basic attack bonus.
Yeah. I don't think that was on the. Oh, that's.
Melee's 3, range 3, and grapple is a 3.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, nice. So we got your AP or HP, AC. We'll finish up when we do your gear. Skills. How are you on skills? Have you started that yet?
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of the last few things we got to do for you right now.
Yeah. You want the total?
Yeah. Tell me what skills you're working with here. What numbers you have in the skills that you're gonna have to start with.
Climb is a total of 6.
Cool.
Intimidate is a 5. Jump is 6, and then ride is 6.
Okay, so those ones you're gonna go starting out. Nice. All right. Well, we are done for you right now until because you don't even have spells, so all we have left for you is gear when we get there. So we're gonna go ahead and jump over to Odd Mother and see where she's at.
Okay, let me switch places real quick so I can get to
I
the.
gotta
All
get my
right.
drink.
Hang on a second.
Musical chairs.
You're gonna come in behind afterwards.
The musical.
No, my.
Oh, that- All right. Let's see.
All right. So we already know what you get for being human because we went over that with Odd Daughter.
Yes. Where did my sheet go? All right, so let's see. For human, this is where it started getting confusing for me. Hang on.
Okay. Not a
Where are we
problem.
in?
And I've got the bard pulled up in front of me too.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. I'm in this one right here. We're having to do mine now. For the human. Yeah.
Anyways, I brought a pick.
Nice.
Drinking everywhere.
That's really cool. I like that. Anytime you got a fish you can smack someone with, that's an extra bonus.
She has had that thing for so long. I tell you what, she loves that Mr. Fishfoot.
She should have went weapon focused fish and just beat people with
Gonna
fish all day.
slap somebody with a wet fish.
What do you fight with?
Uh,
Fish and shield.
So I get 1 extra feet.
Mhm.
So I do.
We moved the cat cage and like almost like a hole in the wall where the PlayStation is. So every
Yeah.
time I have to look, the cat will get there.
What are they?
That's always bad when cats get in the hole.
We're working on it, guys.
You're good. Just let me know where you're at.
So, Raz, for the
Yep.
benefit of those of us who played first edition,
Mm.
I don't remember feats being part of first edition. When did they come along?
Feats were introduced in 3.0, actually.
Okay.
It's weird because first edition is a weird thing because originally in first you had like almost no classes and almost no race choices. It was like fighter, wizard, and rogue. That was it. And then you could only be elf, human, or dwarf. That was it. Like you had almost nothing to choose from until Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which was 2.0. And Advanced D&D had like a million options all of a sudden. There's still way more now, but compared to first edition, there was like so much more options.
For level 1.
But I would say there's definitely a lot because there's no Thaco, which Thaco really didn't come in until Advanced D&D. It was a little easier in first edition to manage hit points and stuff like that. There's way more charts you can roll on. There's also you can literally do anything with a character in 3 and 3.5, which is why I like it. Someone out there made a book for it. If you can conceive it, I can find a book for it. And no other edition has that, can say that, because they made the D20 system open license, which means any old company in the world that wanted to write a book about D&D, like with new classes, new characters, new monsters or whatever, had the rights to do it.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's why there's so many damn books for 3 and 3.5. The downside is because you have so much to choose from, it can be overwhelming at times.
Plus
What do I do? Ah!
15.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, so while she's plugging that in, we can actually go back to Matt and do his saves that I forgot to do real quick.
Okay.
Just take just a quick second, really. Let me know when you're ready, sir.
I got it pulled up.
Mhm.
All right, cool. So,
Okay.
do you see where your saving throws are listed underneath your stats?
14.
You go to stats and you just scroll down. It's underneath charisma.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, I see it.
Saving throws. All right. So what I'm gonna give you, you're gonna plug in for base save.
Okay.
You should already have some numbers now, but ignore that for a minute. For fortitude and reflex, you have a 0, and yeah, you actually have to write 0.
Okay.
When you got that.
I got it.
For will, your base save is a 2.
All right.
Once you read your totals for each of those for me.
2, 5, and 3.
Mhm.
So 2 fortitude, 5 reflex, 3 will.
Yep.
Interesting. And your base attack bonus is going to start out at a 0.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
You won't even get an attack bonus until
At
least at a level or 2. Downside of magic users.
Okay.
That means what are your totals for that now?
For melee and range and grapple.
Mhm.
Yeah.
2, 3, and 2.
Okay,
Mhm.
not terrible starting out. All right, that's an extra thing we got done real quick.
Mhm.
And actually, I just realized something
Mhm.
that this sheet is not going to help us with,
Mhm.
that I'm going to have to do for you and other magic users, because for some reason I'm not seeing a section for spells.
No.
You
I
know
don't know if
that
you see
on the
one.
back half of that, because it's a 3-part, there was just like areas for notes, I think, or it may have been on one of the back ones.
Yeah, no, it's the original sheets, yeah, but for some reason, I just noticed that this cuts that off. So what we're gonna need to do in the meantime is probably find a little bit
It
better
sure
of a
does.
sheet, but we can figure that out later for your spells.
All right.
Yeah, you should
No,
have it, but oh wait, I'm dumb. This whole time, wait here,
Yeah.
max loads. So there is a page 2. I didn't notice until just now, but page 2
There's
does
2
not
of
even spells. That means it's kind of useless.
Okay. Okay.
That's all right though. We'll figure that out later, guys. My bad.
Hold on. Okay. Huh.
But you will eventually have spells. I know that you're going to start off the bat with at least 3 first level spells, which is great. And you'll have a bonus to that based on your charisma that we'll look up later. So we'll actually do your spells another time.
That right
Okay.
here. You did the languages down there in the extraordinary abilities, right?
Yes, and that's what I forgot to ask her about too, was her languages.
Okay. All right. Hold on. All right.
So watching Stranger Things and knowing of Vecna, he's one of the bigger villains in there, right? Or who's the most powerful villain in actual BC&D?
Vecna is one of the top ones. I got to tell you, he's a very evil god. He's actually a god in this. He later becomes a god. He's got a very long story that involves being a lich, and liches are. See, the thing is, as a dread necromancer, you can even become a lich later on, but that involves also you going bad and all kinds of other interesting things potentially.
Right one.
It's a type of undead that you can't destroy unless you destroy whatever it hid its essence inside of. Think like Harry Potter and Voldemort. You know how Voldemort split itself into Horcruxes?
Yes.
So Voldemort was basically a type of lich. He just separated his essence into multiple parts and hid him in different things.
Okay, that makes
I need
sense.
to put these beside them.
That's why he could not die until those things were destroyed first. Those objects that contained his essence. That's what a lich is.
Okay. So like including like the mark from his original fight
here.
against his mother.
Yeah, against Harry's parents, yeah. Because he left part of himself in Harry with the lightning scar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The 4 or below.
But yeah, we will have to handle spells later because again, I thought the sheet had everything. I was looking down. I'm like, yes, I got so excited
This
and
right
just
here?
realized you don't have spells. Now, if you want to
Okay,
make a
that's
note,
what's
what you
sitting down.
can do is make a note of what spells you choose. If you'd like to do that, like in
I
your
do
notes.
have a separate Google Doc open. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Or you can actually put it on the notes on your character for that matter, underneath your supernatural abilities.
Okay.
Just type the word spells. And we can work on that while she's working on that.
Okay.
Because they do have a spell list
Alright,
here for
so-
you. And you don't
I
even
got
get level 0
36
spells as
right
a Dread
here.
Necromancer. Let me know when you got spells written down, sir.
All right. I got it all right here.
All right, write just the number 1. And this list, the things you're about to write down are all first level spells.
Okay.
I'm going to look up the bonus spell chart real quick.
Alright, so let's
All right, let's see
and
here.
that right.
Your bonus spells. Bonus spells, bonus spells, bonus spells. What is your charisma score?
It is an 18, I believe.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 18.
Yes.
That means you are going to get an extra bonus spell at level 1. So you're going to get to pick. Let's see here for the Dread Necromancer. That one at level 1, you are going to have 4 first level spells.
Okay.
So we just have to choose 4 out of your level 1 setup here. So if you scroll down your Dread Necromancer, you'll see a thing that says spells for Dread Necromancer.
All
And just
right.
click the link that says level 1,
Okay.
and you're going to pick 4. You get 4 spells per day, but like, yeah. to pick which ones you're gonna have.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm looking at something real quick for your.
Do this right here.
Let's
This
see
you had to
here.
roll for that, right? That comes from what?
So a Dread Necromancer casts arcane spells, which are drawn from the Dread Necromancer's spell list. Like a sorcerer, you can cast any spell that you know without preparing it ahead of time. When you gain access to a new level of spells, you automatically know all the spells for that level given on the Necromancer spell list. So actually,
That's where the colors come together.
that's interesting.
So
You know all the first level spells. You know them all.
yes.
It's how that works. So all you have to worry about, and this is even easier for you because you don't have to write anything down. You will later when I get the spell list thingy, but you already know all those spells. You can cast off that list.
Or you get a 4 right there.
All the ones that I'm reading right now.
Yeah, all the ones there for level 1.
Okay.
So you're gonna have access to right off the bat: Bane, Bestow Wound, Cause Fear, Chill Touch, Detect Magic, Detect Undead, Doom, Hide from Undead, Inflict Light Wounds, Reign of Enfeeblement, Summon Undead 1, and Undetectable Alignment. You
All
skip
right.
those
Sounds
for-
great.
Yeah, you get to do it 4 times per day. And the cool thing is with Summon Undead 1, it summons like it works like Summon Monster 1, which is a traditional spell, except you summon an undead creature. Summon Undead conjures one of the creatures from the first level list in the Summon Undead table below. Let's look at the Summon Undead table below. First level is a human warrior skeleton or a kobold zombie.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah. And that's cool because it doesn't work against you with controlling undead that you just randomly run across. This is just you out of nowhere. You're summoning a human warrior skeleton or a kobold zombie to burst from the ground, and suddenly it's under your control for a period of time.
Roller.
And let's see, casting time. It takes you 1 round to cast it, and the range is actually pretty decent on that. Let's see, it will last 1 round per level, so it will burst out of the ground. And right now, because you're level 1, it'll last for 1 round. So you bring him up. You spend 1 whole round casting the spell. The very beginning of the next round, it pops up and can do some damage or something while you're doing something different. So it's kind of cool, and that'll obviously increase a lot as you go.
Oh, yeah.
DM, we are rolling a 1d6 for my HP.
Okay, is that what Bard is? 1d6.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll that 1d6, and we'll add your con bonus to it.
Well, I got a 1, so I roll again, right?
Yep.
What the? A 2?
A 2. Yeah, we only reroll 1s and 2s the first time, but for first levels, I'm going to go ahead and let you do it again because you are a first level, and that's kind of that'd be bad. Okay.
Let me reset this, and we're doing a 1d6.
Otherwise, it's
4.
Yeah, it'd be too squishy.
Klaus the sickly bard.
Right.
Right. Plus the one on what is that?
You know what? I'm feeling generous today. Let's do something a little different for starting HP. Let's raise everybody but what your max HP would be had you rolled perfectly for first level, because I think looking at how things are going, we might not survive level 1. So it's 1d6. Let's pretend you rolled a 6, and we'll go back and adjust the other characters too. So pretend you rolled a 6 and add that to your ability modifier for your Constitution.
Okay, all right. So that would be 7. No, because that's a 2. Oh, that's con is 1. Okay.
Yeah, yep. And go ahead and do that for her too, and
Seven.
let us know what her new one would be.
Good Lord, Piper.
You're gonna need it.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So what's Piper's adjusted hit points?
Hers went to 15.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she'll be able to keep
Mine
you guys alive
is-
a little longer.
7.
She's first in line.
7. All right, let's hop back over to this necromancer here.
All right.
All right, necromancer, Mr. Dead. We're gonna go back here and look at this. So we're gonna pretend that you rolled better, because even your roll was not fantastic.
The fire got put out.
Yeah, your fire did get put out on that one. What
Okay.
is your Constitution ability score or ability modifier?
2.
2. So we're gonna pretend you rolled a perfect 6, so yours is now an 8.
All right.
What was it before? Like 7?
7.
It went up 1. There you go.
I'm still squishy.
Merry Krampusmas. Krampusnacht. And if we do continue like D&D and people enjoy playing it and watching it, I do like to do holiday themed things because I just get a kick out of that. And I've got some really cool ones for like around,
We were talking
Yule,
about that,
Christmas.
how that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of doing stuff like that. One year I ran this weird it was an ongoing campaign, but I brought in the robot Santa from Futurama, and that was like this thing that they had to deal with in medieval times. It was hilarious. So I do lots of different cool things depending on what's going on and who we're playing with. But any holiday, Halloween, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, if we were playing normal games right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's a
all
great
kinds
idea.
of yeah, I do all kinds of fun stuff for that. It's a
Speaking
little
of
like
which,
diversion.
it,
Yeah.
it is now St. Patrick's Day on the East Coast, so happy
Oh, it
St.
is.
Patrick's Day.
Oh, it
It
is.
is.
That's
Happy
right.
St. Patrick's Day, guys.
I'm
Yeah.
free.
I'm not wearing green.
Yeah, we are making a very special concoction here in our household today for St.
Ow,
Patrick's Day.
ow.
It is an apple pie moonshine infused with THC. That is what we are making here at the room today.
Oh, wow.
We got the apple pie moonshine already. We just have to do the infusion. It's called oh my god, there's an official name for it. I'll remember it later.
Okay.
Whatever.
The green monster of death.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It eases your hangover ahead of time as you drink. That's what that is. So yeah, we are officially done entirely with Matt other than gear. It's the last thing we got to do with him, and we are done with Piper except for gear. We are currently right now wrapping up all the rest of the stuff that's not gear
You
with
said something about language.
about what?
Language.
Oh, languages. Yes, yes. Your languages. One second, I'll pull that up for you. Right, it's actually is a human. 1 second.
Yes, and you said I get 2?
SRD humans. Languages. Automatically, common. Humans get kind of tossed to the wolves on the languages here. What is your ability modifier for intelligence?
1.
1. I'm gonna let you pick 3 languages. We're gonna be cool about it, and you get to pick 3 extra languages. So you have common for free. That's just something that you automatically get. And what other languages would you like to know? Like what other kind of races would you like to be able to communicate with? I didn't hear you.
Dwarven.
Dwarf, all right. Dwarven, pick that for one of your languages.
Oh, for
That's a good
language.
one to have. That's a really good one to have. You'll run across dwarfs quite often. And again, remember, most things can speak common as well, so that's good. But sometimes talking to someone in their home language can yield a better result in conversation. You got 2 more coming to you.
You never know when you need to speak Dwarven.
Exactly. So you got 2 more languages coming to you.
What else languages can humans learn again?
Any. You can actually learn any languages you want. And over time, you guys will be able to learn more languages as we go. This will just be your starting. If it helps, some of the things that you're going to commonly come in contact with, there's elves and halflings. You'll definitely come across elves and halflings a lot. Gnomes. If you learn the languages of your enemies at your current level, like orcs and goblins are good things to know. Kobold, gnoll. Actually, kobolds speak goblin, but gnolls. Giants have their own language. For example, that's always an interesting one. There's Draconic for dragons.
I'll go halfling and orc.
Okay, cool. Interesting mix here. Nice. Dwarf, halfling, orc. Love it. This is actually super helpful because we have someone in the
We're almost
background that.
done.
No, you're good. It's actually helpful for us to have someone in the background that's able to help you guys there because it speeds this along quite a bit.
Well, and we finally cracked open these books. Like our father, he's done it for a long time, but like there's just so many things that have changed since the last time that
Yeah,
I
and
played it.
it seems overwhelming, but my job is to make it as easy as possible for you as we go along.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of reading on our end too. Once we have all this right here, it's going to be a lot easier to go in and read about the characters and the weapons and the different things like that. So,
Exactly, because you'll be able to target exactly what you need to look at.
exactly.
And I love that you went bard. Bards are versatile. If you're still looking at feats, one that I always pick up as a bard at first level is quick draw.
Quick draw.
Here's why. As a bard, you can jump in and fight next to that fighter, right? You can do some damage, and not as strong as the fighter, but you're a capable fighter. Then, if you need to, you can drop the weapon you're using and go to a more melee weapon immediately because you got quick draw, so you don't have to take a round to put your weapon away, get a new one out, or say, you're playing your lute, you're playing a song, you're enchanting someone, or you're doing your magic, and you see a need to just drop your instrument and grab your weapon. That's a free action because you have quick draw. And people don't think about quick draw in terms of that, but I find that bards seem to use it more often than other classes in a lot of situations. Again, that's
Okay.
just a suggestion and something that I run across. I only play bards myself.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's the only class I've been playing for probably at least 2 decades now.
Well, see, and all the other times that I've ever played, I always play as a rogue. So I wanted to try something just a wee bit different this
I will
time.
say I have split off and made 2 different rogues I'm in love with. One was a changeling rogue named Morgold, as in more gold. He was a very interesting fucked up character, but he's the kind of character that I would be in private conversations with the DM the entire game. Like while the party was fighting the bad guys, I'd put in an appearance because I moved through the shadows and I was pretty shady, and I would let them see me like I was fighting. And then when they got so busy they didn't know where I was, I would sneak out and steal all the treasure, all of it.
Yeah.
And everybody would go to the treasure and be like, "Oh, I guess there wasn't any." And my characters were going,
There was none.
Yeah, I'm a dick when I play a rogue, which is why I usually don't play rogues as much these days. But bards are a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with bards, man. Like, for example, say you're going into this big town and you guys don't have a lot of money. You can go into town like a week before the rest of your party and start singing songs on the street about your party. Start getting like the buzz, like the PR buzz about your adventuring party going around. By the time they get there, people are going to know their stories. They're going to know the adventures you guys went on. You could get free room and board offered to you, free drinks at the tavern. Like, there's just so many different uses for a bard, man. Like, and people don't think about it because you're a magic user, you're a thief, and you're a fighter, all wrapped up into one. You just have to balance your feats versus your spells versus your skills. And depending on how you build that, man, you can build a character that's decent at all three, or characters that are just kind of in different areas. Like, there's more versatility.
See, my problem, anytime we ever used to go into in some of the role playing games I've played, like we didn't want to let people know that we were in that village because we were usually always wanted for something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You might be in some villages, but in other villages, you might be revered. Like, you might be champions and heroes, but what that's down to is your bard to spin that public opinion.
Yeah.
That's where a bard can really shine and go in and spin that public opinion. Like, hey, maybe these guys aren't who we thought they were. Maybe they're actually decent people. So you say all these good things, you do your roles, maybe enchant a person or two, and get some good favor.
Yeah.
Use that to barter with people to get more money for what you're selling or what you're, discounts on what you're buying. Bards are great at that.
Plus the 4 on check.
Always bring your bard when you go to the shop to buy and sell. Let your bard do some bluffing and some sweet talking. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a drink really quick.
Okay. Run. I need to write this down. Where, right here?
You have to move.
Okay. 30. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, right here.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Alright. And then these things we'll just have to figure later for the numbers, right? Hold on, let me show it. Are you ready to be a meat shield? Quick draw or flick of
I
wrist.
have returned.
Yeah. But I do need to pick a weapon though, don't I?
We're gonna get to that. We're literally about all we have to do is left is gear. I think we're almost done. Period.
Okay. All right.
So I've noticed. I don't know if you guys heard me earlier that these sheets don't even have spots for spells, and I don't know why.
I don't know. Well, we
It
noticed
should.
a lot of them are set up to where they look great when
Yeah.
you're looking at them, but when you go to print them or save them, like
Yeah.
in a PDF form, they completely change.
Yeah. So
So-
that's the problem we're gonna have to contend with. I think I'm gonna find a better sheet for Matt to transfer his stuff to, and I'll still
Okay.
use these sheets to make everybody else's next week. But then
Mhm.
I'll find a better one that everybody can. It's just because these do the math for everybody already, so it takes less time for the people doing it online versus doing it how you're doing it. So I'll use these sheets for next week, but then I'm going to find a better sheet to send everybody where everybody can just take what we already did and just transfer over to a better sheet going forward.
Okay. Okay. That works.
'Cause we're-
That'll
'cause
give
we're
us
trying-
time to where we can actually input it the way you're wanting us to. And I'm
Okay.
going to have to just.
I don't care how you
mine.
input it. The thing is, I don't care
Okay.
how you input it as long as boxes are filled with what they're supposed to be in. Where you put
Okay.
languages, like, there are better sheets out there. I'm just going to give you guys good sheets that you can print out at home, basically.
Okay. That's fine.
And it'll have
now
actual boxes for languages too.
Okay. Okay. That works. Now my skill points on the skills, I'm gonna have to divvy those out later.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because you're a bard and you've got a stupid amount of skill points.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
if you want my feats, I can give that to you, or
Yeah, yeah.
my extraordinary ability. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and let me know those.
All right. The feats are Necroborn
What's that feat?
and Run.
Read that first feat for me because it sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. about it.
Necroborn.
Necroborn. Okay,
It's-
what does that
Yeah,
do?
it's in complete arcane. Basically, it gives you the ability to make ghost sounds. You can deplete somebody's energy up to a certain extent.
Okay.
Some zero
Okay.
class spells once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. That's a great thing to have.
And then Run.
Run's also a good one. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just
So
gotta
my
run
speed will
away,
be
man.
30 times.
That's the thing about
I
D&D
run
though.
in, I talk crap, and then I run out.
So what you're saying is you're gonna brave Sir Robin it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And then a speed of ×5 when running.
Nice. And your base is 30, so that's what 150
Mhm.
when you're running. You are the Flash when you are running away. They're not even gonna see you run away. Like, oh, danger. And you're just gonna be it's gonna be in like in the cartoon where you're just a cloud of dust. All of a sudden, there's just a cloud of
There you
dust where
go.
you were standing a moment ago.
Like, what the hell?
Meet me.
So, and you need like the fortitude and reflex and will and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and read your totals for those.
Okay, the extraordinary abilities. So my extraordinary abilities are armored mage,
And
which lets
explain
you
what
wear
that is.
light armor
Okay.
and cast spells without
Okay.
any type of like disadvantage, as long as they're arcane spells.
And where did you get that one from? Like, what gave you that ability?
my bard.
A bard gets that normally?
And then trap.
Oh
rank.
yeah, I remember why now. Yeah. Nice. That's your
And
proficiency, I think.
let's see. Then with the fortitude, what my modifier? That would be
Your
what are
total.
we doing? This one down here, the total, which is 1, 2, 3. That's right. One in fortitude, reflexes 2, and will is 3.
Nice. All right. And what languages did you go with?
That we didn't do. We didn't do language.
Not a problem. We can do that. That's going to be based off being a human, which I just did with her. You are going to get common automatically.
All right. So
And I'm going to go ahead and
common
give you three bonus languages.
Okay. Do I need to? All right. I get 2 extras from a skill without adding skill points. Yeah.
And I'm
On
gifting you
speak
3.
languages, and you're gifting me
Cool.
so big 5.
And I'm gifting you 3
Oh, geez.
because I'm gifting everybody a certain amount. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So common would be okay.
That one doesn't. That's just an automatic one. Everybody gets common no
That's
matter
an
what.
automatic.
That,
You know,
yeah.
6
Yeah.
languages
Okay.
Without adding.
without.
That's going to be very unique to her though, because she's probably going to be one of the only players that has a character that has that many languages starting out. And if you're going to have a character that has that, Bard's
Mhm.
probably the way to go.
So do I need to look up these languages and tell you, or are there some
I
that
can-
you're giving out as a DM?
Oh no, there's a ton. You can just use whatever you want for the most part. Like Draconic is a decent one because you can talk to dragons. You want to think about what kind of things that you're going to run into, like enemies versus people who you want to be able to communicate with as a bard.
Okay.
As a bard, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you Dwarven and Elven are probably really good ones to take for a bard
Okay.
because you're going to run into a lot of dwarfs and a lot of elves. Another
Okay.
great one would be Halfling, especially as a bard.
Okay.
Those are 3 races that you're going to come in contact with frequently, and just human,
Okay.
obviously, common, and being able to speak Elven, Dwarven, and Halfling are 3 really big ones off the rip. So
Okay.
there's your free one, your automatic, which is common, and there's the
Okay.
3 that I gifted you. And you have how many left to pick?
It would be, if common is just what you get, then it would be 5 more. If common's one of the ones, then
It's
it
an
would.
automatic.
Okay, so common's an automatic. So it would be 5 in all, not counting the common.
And that's including the 3 I
If-
gave you.
Yeah. Hold on. You gave me which ones again, Raz? I'm sorry.
You're good. I gave you Elven,
Elven,
Dwarven,
Dwarven,
and Halfling.
and half.
So then you have 2 more you can pick.
Okay. All right. Do you need them now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's where you're going to think about, again, things or situations you might encounter. You might encounter
Okay.
dragons. So Draconic's not terrible if you want to go that route. There's also things
Okay.
like Celestial and Abyssal, which is like the
Mm-hmm.
religious languages of good and evil on the more God planes type of situation. So if you're religious, you might want to speak Celestial. Then you can interact
Okay.
with Celestial beings, or Abyssal or Infernal. You can deal with more, evil beings. Another couple good ones is Sylvan.
What would
That's
be the
something that
what would be the difference in infernal and abyssal?
devils and demons, because they classify devils and demons very differently.
Okay, and devils are abyssal, right? And demons are
Demons are
infernal.
abyssal and devils are infernal. No, sorry, you
Devils
were
are-
right. You were right. You
Okay.
were right.
Okay. I want to go with
Ni-
abyssal.
Abyssal? That's not a bad one. That's something that no one else has picked yet. So if you run into that
Okay.
situation and no one else picks it, you're going to be the only one that can interact.
Okay.
If you
Alright.
want to deal with like Fae or nature, things like that, Sylvan is another great one.
Sylvan. Okay.
And I'm going to tell you
Well, I
now,
think
you will run into some Fae settlements. I can promise you that.
Okay. So I could add a skill point if I went with Sylvan. And add a skill point to that, right? +1. So that would be 35. All right. So this is what I have. I have the common, which is just everybody gets it.
Mhm.
I have Elven, which you gave me, Dwarven, Halfling, those you gave me. Then I went with Orc, Abyssal, and then I used one of my skill points and purchased Sylvan.
Cool. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw that.
So I think you are pretty much done other than your spells and your skill
Okay.
points. Like I said, I don't mind you doing the skill points later because that's a lot to go through. There, you'll have a lot of points to spend there.
Yeah.
Spell wise, again, we've realized that these sheets don't allow spells, so that's something that we're gonna solve in the meantime off air probably.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, that's
that's a
fine.
pretty big problem. So we're gonna go back to Matt one by one. What we're gonna do, because there's some roles involved in this, because I'm a nice person and I kind of give you guys the chance to maybe start out with something a little nicer than what you can buy in a book. So
Okay.
we're gonna do a couple rolls, figure out your starting golds, and then we're gonna buy equipment, and then that's it. And then we're done. So,
Okay.
Matt, are you ready, man?
Yes, I am. But I did have one question about one of the languages.
Okay, yeah.
Draconic. Would that mean that I could possibly speak to a dragon and possibly tame it?
Tame it. There are situations where you might run across like wormlings or things like that, where you guys will have the ability to have maybe that's possible. I can neither confirm nor deny, but it does mean you can communicate with them.
Okay.
So right now, what we're trying to figure out, Matt, for you, is your starting gold. Now, most characters in the books will actually list your starting gold. Yours, however, is a little different because it is a variant class in Heroes of Horror. So I'm looking at that right now, trying to see if it lists something. If not, we will figure that out in a moment. I can actually look at an equivalent chart really quick. 1 second.
You go in the bathroom?
Um,
Go the other way. Come the other way.
All right. Roll me 4d6. And we're going to times that by 10, and that'll be your starting gold.
All right. That is 2425.
No, your total. This time you're not going to give me individual dice. You're going to give me the total of the dice, which it should also
Okay.
say
13.
13. So 130 gold.
All right.
That's what you're going to have to spend. So now there's a section in that fancy book you got over there, for equipment. We're gonna do like your armor and your weapon, that kind of thing. I'm also gonna look up an equipment list so I can kind of go over with it and help you speed along a little bit here. Equipment and special materials index. Never leave home without it. All right, so armor, my friend, you are a magic user, and nicer, heavier armors come with penalties to your spellcasting. That's gonna be a problem for you. Luckily, you're not a druid. Druids get raked over the coals if they have armor that's not made out of natural things. So it's going to be a little easier for you.
Okay.
So if we go to armor, let's see armor here. I'm in my little armor section here. All right. So typically, what you're going to want to do over time, you're going to get some items that'll boost your armor class without needing actual armor. So that's going to be something you want, like robes that are enchanted that give you an armor bonus. You're going to run across cool things like that eventually.
All right.
And that's the kind of thing that you're going to want to do. So right off the rip, do me a favor. Roll. Let's see here. I'm going to see what chances are you may get armor that's a little bit better than what might be out there. It won't be anything super crazy. Let's see here. Where is that? Roll me a 1d100 if that's on there. I for some reason closed up the dice machine. Is there a 1d100?
I was able to customly put it in there.
Okay, what did you get?
38.
38. All right. Give me 1 second here. Let me look at something real quick. 38. All right here. Now I'm going to do a secret roll because I want to do a secret roll. I want you to tell me high or low.
I'm gonna go with high.
Anything from 51 and up is high, 50 and below is low. Let's see. If it will work. Hold on. Let's see here. It was low. It was a 39. So you are not going to get better than normal armor. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. We'll buy you some basic armor here. All right. So your best bet starting out right now. Again, it's not going to be super amazing or fancy, but it's something to get you going. I would recommend for you, let's see, something that doesn't have a crazy arcane spell failure chance since you work on arcane spells. Now, your light armor category is what you're going to need to stick with because that's what you can wear as what you are. Is just light armor. You got padded leather, studded leather, and chain shirt. Chain shirt's going to be your highest bonus with a 20% possible spell failure. Padded is your weakest option at only a 5%.
I'll go with the 5% one.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I want to make sure that I can actually use my spells.
Okay. Again, that's an option. You had 5, 10, 15, and 20. So you want to go with the 5% spell chance failure. You're going to write down padded armor. Write that in your equipment. That equipment box for now until we get the better sheet. You got that? All right. Now, again, with the better sheet, we'll be putting in a little bit more things than this. But that is going to give you only a +1 to your armor class. That's all that gives you.
Okay.
And you're going to plug that in under AC at the top, right next to your stats.
All right. And the
Look at your
armor
armor.
bonus?
Yep, armor bonus 1. So what's your total armor?
14.
Now, that's not terrible for a mage starting out, honestly. 14's not nothing to turn your nose up at. So you spent 5 gold. You have 125 gold.
Okay.
We're going to go to your weapon. Roll me a 1d100 again.
3.
A 3. Interesting. Interesting. Give me a second here. Tell me high or low. High or low?
High.
Okay. Okay. This evens out a little bit here. All right. So you're going to get a little bit of a special quality in your weapon. Nothing crazy, but something. I'm going to have you cut your mic for a second while I look this up here. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here and look at weapons. Now, is there a type of weapon you thought that would be interesting for your character to have or that you'd like to have?
Either like a kind of double sickle with like sickle hands or like a dagger.
Okay, give me a second to look that up. Go ahead and mute for me. Let's see. There's sickle. I'm going to see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Okay. Are you interested in sickle or scythe?
Either or.
The option to use a scythe would mean it would be the equivalent of a wizard with a staff, but yours wouldn't. But you could use it like a staff almost, like a wizard does, but it has that big scythe blade, on the end of it. So would you rather go? And it's two-handed, so you'll be fighting. It's a two-handed weapon, which is good, but you don't have that free hand, to cast spells and things with. So your option is to either you can go the scythe and have that, that cool, death weapon, and then you can kind of like just drop it in order to cast your spells and then have to pick it back up again, or you can go with scythe, which is one-handed. Good and bad things for both. There's no, you know what I mean? Like there's not one that's you should favor over the other one depending on how much you care, but it's really up to you.
Can you repeat the second one again?
Sickle.
Okay, so Grim Reaper or Sickle.
They're both cool.
I think I'm gonna go with the scythe.
The scythe. All right. That's what you're going to go ahead and write down on one of your boxes here. Let's see. Let me go back to the character sheet. Okay. You see your box that says attack. It's underneath your saves. Your first one that says attack.
Yes.
You should be able to click that blank box and write scythe underneath it.
All right.
Someone ended up saying,
SCYTHE. You'll fill in a couple other things here too that are important.
Did you say under weapon, of course, right?
Yep.
All right, I have that.
That blank box underneath the word attack. Is that where you put it? So you see where your base attack bonus stuff is, right? Underneath that, you'll see a box that just says attack.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. The blank box underneath attack is where
A
you
little
put
bit of technical difficulties, more like brain power.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
Your attack bonus is don't worry about that right now. Actually, right there for your attack bonus is going to be whatever your total is for melee.
It's a 2.
2, okay. Your damage for a scythe, I'm about to give you now. Let me go back to it here because we're almost done with you. Let's see here. I just saw it. It's actually going to be, because you're medium sized, 2d4.
2d4 dices?
Yep, it's 2d4. And then your critical on this, if you land a critical, is a times 4.
A 3 and a 2.
No, that's not what I'm saying here. Your critical box, you need to put times 4. If you look at your character sheet, you see where you put attack bonus, and damage. Right next to your damage, there's a box that says critical. Yeah, just put times 4. Okay, cool. Range. The range on this isn't going to be huge, man, because it's normal sized weapon here. That's probably going to be 5 feet. So it's things that are immediately close to you. Now you need there's not going to be any notes, but you need to know your type. This is going to be very important for a lot of reasons. You're lucky because you've got a scythe and they are right P/S. That means you can use it to pierce or to slash. It's always good to have some options. And that's what you need to know for that. Now, that was only 18 gold.
Let's go.
So you've only spent 23 gold. So you'll have gold left over, and then there's a couple things we can talk about buying real quick. Or we're again almost at the end. Now it's time for another fancy roll. Roll me a 1d100.
$21.
21. All right, give me a second. And now tell me high or low.
Low.
14. You are going to get a low-leveled wondrous item. Nothing too fancy or crazy. So let's take a look. And it's not going to be something you're going to find in your book. Let's see here. Roll me 1d100 again.
$60.
Okay, let's see here. A 60.
Kitty cat.
A 60.
Is it just me, or is Matt like jamming on those rolls?
He is. Well, he didn't roll too good on the other ones. But this one he did good. He's not done anything super good with his rolls since his stats. Those were great. Everything after that's been kind of bad.
he spent all his luck on those.
All better than 1, 2, 1, 2.
You, my friend, get something quite interesting. it is a bag of holding type 1.
Ooh.
Does
Now,
that mean what I think it means?
it's a bag. I know you know what a bag of holding is. We
Oh,
talked
yes,
about that
I
a lot.
do.
So here's the cool thing about a bag of holding. There's 4 types. You've got the lowest type, but to start out with one is still pretty awesome for a first level character. You can put 250 pounds worth of shit in that bag, and no matter what, it's only going to feel like it's 15 pounds. That's very helpful for carrying loot
Let's
and things
go,
like that.
man.
Yeah, I mean, you can carry bones in it. There'll be, like spell ingredients, stuff like that. Just gonna be in there.
Let me see what I can cook up.
Yeah, that's just something you got for rolls. Because you finally rolled something halfway decent. You still could have done better, but you got something here. So,
So
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so I do have a question about a bag of holding.
Yes.
What happens if you try to hide in your bag of holding?
You die.
This one
Let me
didn't-
explain why. And there's ways to combat this, like because I once played a Minotaur that lived in a bag of holding, and they treated him like a Pokemon. They would just say, "I choose you, Minotaur of Doom." They would open up the bag, and I would crawl out and go kill someone, and then I'd go back in the bag. So it's really weird how you have to be able to do that. It's very tough. So the general rules of a bag of holding: if the bag's open, there's oxygen in it. When you close the bag, your source of oxygen is gone, so all you have left is what oxygen is in the bag. And once that runs out, you die.
Oh man. Okay.
But there are things that let you breathe in any environment. There are items, special items that you can pick up along that, like you can breathe underwater, you can breathe in space. If you find one of those, you could technically live in a bag of holding.
Good to know.
This is my
Yeah.
house.
So there's really cool stuff you can do like that. Okay, let's see. We are on the final part of your character now, as far as gear goes. This is goods and services. Now, I kind of like to do this common sense thing where you can pay me a small amount of gold and get what I call an adventurer's kit. Now, when you adventure, there's things you're going to need out there, man. There's like candles, torches, maybe a crowbar, a tent if you got to sleep out in the wild. These are like a rope. Rope is always useful. These are just basic things that I put together in one package so you don't have to write every little thing like that down on your sheet because there's nothing more than annoying than having to go through and say, "Oh, do I have a sewing needle?" Like if it's a general common sense item, I just slap that underneath the adventurer's kit and just assume you as a player have it if you purchase the kit. I hope that makes that's easy to understand where I'm coming from, but it does make things a lot easier for common sense items.
Yes, that makes sense.
It does.
So I will charge you. Let me see here. Let me see the prices on a couple things really quick here because I want to make sure that I'm not overcharging you for shit. Because I know a lot of things in here, like we're talking gold, but a lot of things only cost like copper or silver, which is a lot less. So I'm gonna say for 10 gold, anyone who wants to purchase it can purchase an adventurer's kit. It comes with all the common sense items you can possibly think of that you would need to go on an adventure, which includes like torches. Because I'm not going to have you manage your torches, all right? Like if you say you got a torch, you could have just broken one off a tree and lit it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be a dick about whether or not you have a torch, unless it's like a tent situation where I know all your stuff got taken from you for some reason. But that's the
Now, are we
unique
going to be
situation.
given a list of these, of like
No.
what's in the adventures pack, or we just
So-
open it up and we find out?
Yeah. So if you look, like there's something called goods, right? In the player's handbook, it lists like barrels, buckets. If it's like a barrel or a bucket, it's probably not going to be in your adventurer's kit. Think
Okay.
of your adventurer's kit as a big backpack.
Yep.
Right. So you can
Mhm.
definitely fit like a crowbar. You could even put a collapsible fishing rod in there if you wanted to be fancy, or a fishing net. You could put a hammer in there, locks,
Okay.
basic locks, just
Okay.
basic
How
stuff.
bells?
Yeah, bell. Yeah, I would include that. Bells, like nothing crazy, like like maybe a couple small bells. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay.
So this is just a
Okay.
common sense backpack. Like I'm an adventurer. Crap, I need a flask, just a crappy little flask to put some water in if I'm going to go to the desert. I'm going to be like,
Okay.
okay, you have a basic flask. Now it might be easy to break. You should watch out for that. But you've got a basic version of this item. Now, if you want to buy a
Okay.
fancier version of an item, then we'll talk money. But if you just want
Okay.
basic adventuring stuff, 10 gold.
10 gold.
Is that something that you wanted to take advantage of, Matt?
Would that include like extra clothes and stuff like that?
We'll get to clothing in a minute. That's a whole different package.
All right.
This is
Good,
just
yeah.
items.
I'll spend the 10 gold for sure.
All right, cool. Just write down adventurer's kit. You've now only spent 33 of your gold. Now clothes. Let's talk clothes because that's obviously also important. Give me 1 second and I will jump onto that. Because that's just, like I said, your basic services. Clothing. Let's see. I know it's some. It's over here somewhere. Here we go.
Which
Clothing.
one of these movies is definitely
Now,
I've got a couple of
there
them.
are
I don't
different
think
kinds of
they're
clothing
like
you can
these.
buy. Like,
Not this one.
for example, one of the basic ones a lot of people do is there's your traveler's outfit. It's pretty basic. A traveler's outfit comes with boots, pants, a belt, a shirt, and like a cloak with a hood. That's an adventurer's kit or a traveler's outfit. Uh, it's 1 gold. Now, I will allow again 10 gold for a much more. No, I'm sorry, 5 gold. It's not 10. It's 5 gold
And then
for a
there's
more rugged version of that. So instead of a traveler's outfit, you have what I would consider an adventurer's outfit,
Mhm.
which is all of that times 2 because you get a change. I'll give you a change of clothes also, and it's just a much sturdier, nicer version. It's not going to wear down as easy. It's going to be more comfortable, and you'll look a little nicer than a peasant.
Is there way I can spend more gold?
You can because there are the artisans' outfits, cleric specimens, cold weather outfits, courtier entertainers' outfits, explorers' outfits. Now, the explorer's outfit is 10 gold, for example, right? And it is nicer than the adventurer's one. It comes with 2 sets of clothing, still, of the sturdiest version of everything, like I mentioned before, but it also adds things like gloves. It makes all the clothing leather, so it's even more durable. They also have plenty of pockets, even the cloak. Um, it also includes any extra items you might need, like a scarf or a hat.
Yes, I'll go with that one
All right,
for
so
sure.
explorer's outfit.
All right.
That's 10 gold. Pretty basic.
All right, I got that down.
All right. Let's see here. One of the last couple things. You'll have an optional thing or two here in a moment. Tools and kits. These can be important for you. Like you don't need thieves' tools. You don't need a spell book because of what you are. Musical instruments, holy symbols, healers kits, disguise kits, climbers kits. You really don't need any of those things, to be honest with you, unless you want them. Some of them are expensive, but you don't really need those starting out. It's something you can wait to fill out your character, like kind of feel him and see how he plays. Unless you had some certain thing in mind that you just wanted to do off the bat.
Actually, I did want to give. I was wondering if I can like dish out some of my gold to
For what?
just like as like like a friendly giving, like 10, 15 gold.
You don't know anybody here. You don't know anybody here yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's just you as a player.
All right.
Now, if you want to do something cool off the bat, and this is something I do with my bard all the time, or any character I make, really, I think about how I'm going to travel. Right? Because right now you guys are making level 1 characters without any real thought about how you're going to travel or where you're going to get from point A to B. So one thing that you can spend your money on, if you like, you need a horse, things like that. But one of the big things that I like to do is I like to buy a carriage and 2 horses because it lets me know that I'm going to ride in style. And that's something that you can enchant even later on to do cool things with.
How much gold would that be?
Let's take a look at transport. So carriages and things get pretty expensive. You have close to 100 gold left. If you wanted to spend your remaining gold, I would allow a nice, not luxurious, but a comfortable carriage with 2 basic horses.
Would that be able to fit everyone that playing with us? Okay, then yeah, I'll spend the rest of my gold for that. And I just want to make sure that everybody's able to travel at an easy staircase.
Yeah. There will be room, either up front with the horse and the bench seat, or plus there's usually like saddlebags on the horses and compartments inside to put more gear. There's also like the little luggage rack type thing on top of the carriage. So yeah, you write down comfortable carriage times 2 horses, or just 2 horses, however you want to put that. And you are now poor, my friend, but you have all the gear you need, and you're traveling in style. And later on, you can pick up a ranged weapon, unless you want a basic ranged weapon now, and I'll just give it to you. But you may not need that, and if you do, you can always buy it in game, like in character later. That is an option.
So, with doing that, would that mean like, so as a necromancer, do I still have a wand per se? Because I still do spells.
So it's not Harry Potter.
Okay.
You can use a wand if you like to focus that, and there's things like you could find wands later that'll give you bonuses to like spells and things like that. But you use your mouth, ingredients, and your hands to cast spells.
Okay. So more supernatural type style.
Yes, exactly. Think Rowena.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we are good with your gear. And again, if you want to pick up a ranged weapon later, you can in character with gold that you'll earn on adventures and things like that. But yeah, you're good. And we're going to move on to Odd Daughter.
Okay.
So we are on your equipment. We're going to start out like we started out with him, with your armor. Actually, no, with your. We got to figure out how much gold you have, actually. So you're a fighter.
How rich and poor are you?
We're about to find out now. Let's see. Starting gold for a fighter. Let's check this out here. Starting gold for a fighter.
You back?
All right. For a fighter, roll me 5d4. We're going to times that by 10. I couldn't hear you.
13.
13. You get 130 gold to start with.
Ooh, Piper, write that down.
130 gold.
Go. Is
Hey,
there a spot
Tia.
for that?
For your gold?
Yeah.
There may not be on this stupid sheet, to be honest with you.
Put it on the second page.
Yeah,
Just put it on the second page.
yeah, page 2 does have a spot, it looks like.
What was
for
it again?
130 gold.
130 gold.
Okay, yeah, there is a space for it in sheet 2, but page 2 looks stupid on this.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll get you guys all better, way nicer sheets.
It's fine, and we get together if we need to like purchase. I think you can purchase some for like a plus or something.
Oh, dude, I got some really nice ones I can pull that I use for like in-person campaigns. I usually print out.
Okay.
But if you've got
Okay.
like Acrobat, you can go in and modify the PDF for the people that play at home, or everybody can just print out their
Okay.
stuff and have it. I can even get one printed out here locally for Matt to fill in, so it's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Okay.
But I've got really nice sheets because I've even got 5-page character sheets, even like the really nice detailed ones where you can put everything.
See, we had found some like they had in the back of the book. We couldn't get them to print off right.
Yeah, I've got PDF printable files where someone actually took the time to make them nicer to print properly.
Yeah.
I'll get you guys those in the meantime. But all right, so let's start with your armor. Before we look at armor, what we're going to want to do is do some rolls. So I need you to roll 1d100.
A 1.
A 1. Interesting. Okay. Now I'm going to need you to tell me high or low.
High.
Okay, you roll. So what? I didn't really explain this before because I usually don't, and I forget that I need to explain myself sometimes. If you had rolled a 1 or a 100, the absolute max or the or like the lowest, that automatically gives you a bump towards getting something extra special. And if you call out high or low and you call it out correctly, that guarantees you something a little bit better. So you are actually going to start off with an enchanted set of armor for free. Now, it's not going to be like a crazy enchanted. It's basic enchantment, but it's still going to be way nicer than what you would have started with without having to pay for it. So now let's figure out what kind of armor you'd like. Now, you being the fighter that you are, can pretty much wear whatever armor that you want, right up to full plate, which costs 1,500 gold, and that's excessive right now for your wallet.
I imagine that probably.
So you're only going to have to pay the base cost for your armor. Now, what you can afford is probably going to be it's going to be anywhere from padded to scale mail. You don't have to worry about things like armor spell failure because you're a fighter. You don't worry about that really so much anyway. And some of the other negatives within reason, I won't be a complete dick about. So you don't have to worry about things as much. What you will have to worry about is your maximum dex bonus for a set of armor, which means you'll move a little slower in heavier armors. That's all that means. So your big option here is what is your ability modifier for dexterity?
A 2.
A 2. So you got a lot to work with, man. Like you can pretty much get anything but heavy armor right now. So you can get any light armor or medium armor without it affecting your dexterity, which is fantastic.
Use these off your gold, right?
No. You use gold coffee.
1 second.
No problem.
We need to switch places. I think I've got mine. Make sure here by that.
We're switching places.
No problem. No problem. Musical chairs, part 2.
Chinese fire drill.
Hey, we don't need no more fire drills up in here, bud.
Yeah, he can
We've had enough
he
fire
can say
drills
that
for
again.
London.
What, did the fire alarm go off again?
No, he said Chinese fire drill when you guys were moving, and I said, hey, we don't need any more fire drills.
No, but he said Chinese. Gosh, I want some Chinese so bad.
We were actually eating microwavable Chinese food today. That's our dinner.
We're gonna have spaghetti later.
Nice.
So what are y'all looking at?
Armor.
We're looking at fire. He's got to buy her armor.
Do I have to
Yep.
buy my armor?
You need to buy armor, but I'm going to give you a free enchantment on the armor.
She gets a free enchantment on the armor.
So she just has to buy the base.
She just has to buy the base of whatever armor.
I'm going to make it masterwork for free and enchant it for free.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all she can really buy is
Scale mail.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the most expensive option for you. So scale mail. You're going to have +1 scale mail.
Hang on.
Basically, like take Matt for example. What he has is padded armor. It's nothing special. It's not even masterwork. In order to enchant armor to make it magical, it has to already have masterwork quality.
Okay.
You can put enchantments on it. Matt, with his rolls, is basic padded. She was gifted the upgrade to masterwork and a +1 enchantment on hers.
Okay.
So it'll just be that +1, and then you'll take your. Right now, the only thing we can really do on the sheet is that it would normally be a 4 armor bonus you get for scale mail. In her case, it's going to be a 5 because of the +1.
Okay. 5 because the +1 on the scale.
Yep.
Okay.
armor.
And you have 80 gold remaining.
Then you have 80 gold remaining.
Yep.
I'm going to spend 30 gold on a
Howard.
tower shield.
On a tower shield? All right, we're going to go tower shield. All right, yeah. Decking out with a tower shield. All right. Tower shields are great because they can also offer you cover and all kinds of other fun stuff. That's also
Now,
good.
what exactly are tower shields? Just so I know.
Tower shields are those really giant, like super tall shields you'll see knights wear that you can also stand behind for cover. Like if someone's shooting an arrow at you, you can kind of put them in front of you and kind of hunker down, and the shield's going to be taller than you.
Okay, they're kind of thinner but much taller.
Yes.
Okay, I know. That's what I was thinking they were, but I wasn't really sure.
Yep. They also have natives to your your restrictions to your dexterity as well, but the restriction is a max of 2. That's what she's got right now. So,
Okay.
and eventually
put
you
up
can get
questions.
you can get armor and shields made out of different materials that are lighter and different things like that that you guys will find as you explore.
Okay. All right. And Dale had put up a question that says perhaps we could have a section of the Discord where we have our players write up journal entries from their characters' point of views describing the adventure so far. Now that's
I
cool.
love that. Yeah. That's something I was going to
That's
talk
a
to you guys
really
about
good
later too. Yeah.
idea. That's a very good idea.
Journaling is a
I'd
lot of fun.
definitely be down for that.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Let's see, and she also suggests notebooks. Keep a notebook with you for things as well as taking notes for what you want to remember about other players and things that have been happening throughout the campaign. Right,
Yeah.
and this goes back because we've been doing a lot of talking to Oddfather. Now, just I guess for the audience out there, like I know that the RPGs that I played, a lot of times the characters in character could use outside knowledge, but with Dungeons and Dragons, that's not allowed. Correct?
Correct. Yeah, you cannot use
Okay.
your character cannot know what your player knows. There's a difference
Okay.
between the two. Yeah.
Okay. Because there are differences in that with game, depending on what
Yeah.
type of game you're playing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like in this case, I talked to you about the session. You know that you guys are going to fight some goblins. You can't go
Mhm.
then in character and go, "Well, I know I'm about to fight a goblin, so I'm going to do this." Your character
Right.
doesn't know that. You knew it because we talked about it, but your character had no idea what to expect. It's hard to keep that separate, but like once you get into the flow of it, it'll be a lot easier. And I also
Yeah.
don't provide a lot more information than what you need. So.
See, and that's fun. That's what makes it fun for me. Is just kind of the surprise and the oh no, ruh-roh.
Now, if I recall correctly, you are using an axe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Time for some rolls. Roll me that 1d100.
I'll get this up.
A 4.
Or okay. A high or low?
Low. A low.
Okay. So you didn't look at on this one. You got a regular old one-handed axe.
Well, one, two, three.
A 3.
Do what?
It was a 3.
That's okay. It didn't matter. You're fine. You're fine. You get a regular one-handed axe.
Regular one.
So you have 50 gold left to spend before you buy the axe.
Don't forget about your adventure training equipment. You're going to do adventure kit or not?
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, make sure you save a little bit of money for things you're gonna need. So you're doing the one-handed battle axe, which is only 10 gold.
This one's gonna- Mhm.
Which puts you at 40 gold remaining. And then we're gonna do rolls to see if you luck into a special magic item real quick.
Okay.
Whenever you can, just give me that 1d100.
Okay. You want to do the 1d1?
Another 1.
Holy crap! All right. High or low?
High.
High. Oh, it was low, but you did still get the one. So you are going to get a minor wondrous item. Give me a moment here. Let's see.
Yeah, they're both.
What's the
He
enchantment?
said give him just a
Oh.
second.
Let's see here. Roll me another 100 d100.
A 3.
Ooh, this is interesting. You are going to get an elixir of love.
Elixir of love.
This sweet tasting liquid causes the character drinking it to become charmed with the first creature she sees after consuming the potion. As charm person, the drinker must be a humanoid or of medium or smaller size. The charm effects wear off in 1d3 hours. Now, there's a lot of funny and messed up things you can do to people with this potion, and I'll leave that up to your creativity during the session, like when we actually start playing. But this can be used in a lot of interesting ways. I won't get into the ways I've seen it used because they're far above PG-13. There's a lot of interesting ways you can use it. Like, say for example, you need to get past a guard at a gate.
Mhm.
You can slip it to the guard, and then just walk up, and you're the first person he sees, so he's kind of in love with you, and you can use that connection to, hey man, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
let me pass this gate here, and then
Oh
okay,
yeah.
I love you. Go on. Anything for
See,
you.
that's what I love about this game because you can get really inventive and it can get really funny really fast.
Yeah, and I'm going because she rolled the more minor. I mean at random. Like
Mhm.
Matt got the minor, and he lucked out and got that type 1 bag, and those things are not. Those are
Those
her
are
elixir.
cool.
Yeah, her elixir was worth 150 gold. His bag was worth a couple thousand. For example,
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
it's all the randomness
Yeah,
of the things.
Matt got a bag of folded.
It will be put to great use.
It will. He'll stick dead people in that bag. I know he is. He can get his own Pokemon. All right,
See,
so
now we just need to get a Kinder Pocket.
that'd be awesome. So we were down to the tail end of things, which is like your kits and your stuff like that. You as what you
Mhm.
are. There's the 10 gold if you want to spend that for your adventures kit, which is like I said, covers all your common sense adventuring items.
Are you gonna do that or are you gonna try to build? It did include
We
a belt.
Tia, we are making characters for Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to be doing that today, and sometime next week we'll be making characters for the other people that are also playing. And then the week after that, we'll actually start adventuring.
You know, and I think honestly, Raz, I think that this was probably the better way to go
Yeah,
because I
split
think
it.
having the whole party in here would have it would have been a 6-hour feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spend 10 gold on the adventures kit.
All right, cool. You have 30 gold remaining. Now let's talk about clothing because fashion is important when you're slaying monsters.
Like you said, fascism.
Yes, it's important. You got to look good to feel good, right?
You could be a style.
Look good, play good.
Yeah, dress for the monster you want to slay.
There you go. Dress for the monster you want to play.
So there is your basic traveling outfit, which is very, very super basic. Just boots, pants or skirt, a belt, a shirt, and a cloak with a hood. You can that is only a gold. I allow for 5 gold the adventurer's version of that, which is just a nicer, better constructed version that won't fall apart, but you get 2 sets of clothes. And then if you want to go to 10 gold, you can do the explorer's outfit, which has all that, but made of leather. And it also has like gloves, a hat, a scarf, any extra items you might need like that. And you also get 2 sets of those as well. So it's just a matter of what kind of quality, or you can go crazy with it and get like fancy rich people stuff, which is obviously a lot more expensive.
I'll just do the 5 gold.
The 5 gold, the adventurer's outfit. All right. You get a basic outfit, very well constructed, 2 sets of clothes. So yeah, just 5 gold. That works. You now have 25 gold remaining to you. We can
Do
look
we
at some
have
other.
to spend all this tonight, or is it good to
No,
hang on to
no.
some?
If you don't spend it tonight, when we start actually playing the game, your character starts the game with that much gold just in their pocket. Spend whenever
Okay.
they want.
So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, you can either spend the rest of it now or you can save it. That's your call. You have everything that you need to have a character and be out there.
Okay.
And every session, for the most part, you guys are going to get chances to go to stores and shops and get things you need. Unless you're in the middle of a dungeon that lasts more than a session, and then you just kind of got to use what you got. But there will be ample chances in sessions to buy things.
How much do like pounds of gold weigh? If I were to keep it in my bag of holding.
I don't care is the answer to that. I know that's
I
I know that's a terrible answer. So like a lot of DMs obsess with these details, and there are weights. Everything we have, every item you have has a weight to it. So I use what's called the common sense weight rule. If it looks too big for you to carry, it's probably too big for you to carry based on your strength score, right? Or if you have a lot of stuff, I don't account for like gold weight. Now, if you like find a treasure chest and you just dump that whole treasure chest full of shit into your bag of holding, that's probably gonna max out your bag of holding.
Timber.
Right. So I'm not gonna nickel and dime you on weights, but we're gonna use common sense. Like if I tell you, hey man, like that's not all gonna fit in there. You're gonna need to do something, then you'll know that okay, it's just not gonna work.
All right.
Okay, this cuts a lot of red tape.
This cuts a lot of red tape. All right. So are you saving the rest of your money or are you going to spend it on other things?
I think I'm gonna say
All right, cool. Then we are on to our last gear purchasing. And last thing for any character of the night, Oddmother.
Okay. Tell me where you want to start.
All right, we're going to start with your armor. But first, we need some rolls. So I need a D100.
Okay. 86.
86, not bad. All right, high or low?
Low.
All right. You are going to get a masterwork item because you did get that correct. So whatever you choose, I'm just going to give you the masterwork version of as a free upgrade, which means when the time comes, you'll be able to enchant it because it's super nice.
Okay. And when you say that, does that mean you're talking about just a random piece of equipment or the?
No, it's whatever
like,
armor you
the
want.
armor?
We have to choose what armor you want first. And you're a
Okay.
bard, so you're probably going to be sticking with the light armor category.
Right.
You can go.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can go with something a little bit more than that, but like you're restricted because of your arcane, spell failure chance and so forth.
And I can always upgrade later, right? If I wanted
Of course, yeah. You can sell all your shit and upgrade whenever you want.
to. Okay.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
Okay.
We
Yeah.
forgot to do your starting gold. That'd be important to know.
Okay.
I know how much money's in those pockets. Let's see here.
Money, 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 money.
Roll a
Money.
4d4.
44.
Bards potentially start out with a little bit less money than some people. I don't know why, but that's always been the case.
Right. So that would be
Because they're
1, 4,
musicians.
2, 4.
Yeah, there you go.
So that'd be 11.
11. Okay, not bad. You get 110. That's above average for a bard starting. So now we buy the base version of your armor. Because Masterwork basically charges like a lot of extra money on top of base to have it Masterwork. But like I said, you're getting a free upgrade. Now, having 110 gold limits you. The best you can buy, you could buy the $100 gold piece change shirt, but you would kind of screw yourself. So the next best option is studded leather for 25 gold.
That's what I was going to say. I was actually going to ask, would the leather padded, the one right underneath studded, or studded be better? Probably studded, right?
I mean, all right, so your arcane spell failure chance is a 15% with a studded leather. It's a 10% for leather. So it's not a big difference in your failure chance. Your max dex bonus is a 5 or a 6. You don't exceed that, so that really doesn't matter to you right now. So your option is to weigh whether you want a better. Yeah, I would go with studded leather.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, that's honestly usually what I start with as a bard, a poor bard. And that would be an armor
That's not the
bonus
right one?
for your
All
armor
right,
class.
hold on just a second. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, I've got 110 to get everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So buying the studded
That's what
leather
we're
leaves
saying.
you with 85 gold.
Oh, I'll be right back. Just a quick bathroom break.
Alrighty.
Okay. It's at 85.
Yep, you'd have 85 left after you buy that. And like I said, that's masterwork studded leather. Make sure you put that +3 bonus to your armor in your AC category. Your armor class.
You said how many rounds?
It's a
4?
plus 3.
+3. Okay.
Yep. And for an armor bonus.
So, this +3 goes right there. Okay.
When you got that, let me know.
So it'd be this one right here. This one right here. So yeah, so my AC is 15.
Nice. That's great for a bard start now. So we're gonna move on to your. let's
I
see.
forgot to tell you my AC.
Oh yeah, what is your AC?
It's 22.
22. Wow, that's crazy. That's great.
If we put her in front,
It's because she's got the shield. That's the big bonus there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I mean,
No, you're good. You're good. You're fine. So give me a 1d100.
$90.
Ooh, not bad. High or low?
I'll go with low again.
Oh, low. You actually got. You're getting another masterwork item. All right. Again, not magical, but it is still masterwork.
Okay.
You are all right. So we're on your weapon. Your main weapon.
My main.
Now, keep in mind that can be melee, like they've been doing, like hand-to-hand weapons, or they can be ranged things like a bow or what have you. One thing that I highly recommend for a bard is a rapier.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Let me explain why I go with rapier. So it may be a little less damage or seem a little less damage at a 1d6, but your critical threat is 18 to 20 times 2. So if you manage to roll an 18 to 20 when you're like rolling the hit versus 20 like most people have to get critical, you automatically get double whatever your damage is. It does double the damage. And there are feats and things you can get later that will increase that critical range. I've seen it increased all the way like a high level character with doing crazy stuff to where it's like a 12 to 20. But having it like to be able to roll 18, 19, or 20 and hit your crit is great for a bard and a rogue. Those are like really solid options.
Okay. And what do you think would just out of curiosity on the short spear? Does that work very well for these?
It can.
It
You can go. You can totally do short spear if you want to do short spear. That's not a problem at all. It's a style thing for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
A short spear is the same damage as a rapier, but you don't get the critical bonuses.
You just don't get the critical bonuses with these.
Yeah, you have to roll a 20 to qualify for critical on that, versus 18 to 20 with a rapier, and not even just a rapier. There's also a scimitar that it's the same as a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
They give you the same 18 to 20 bonus. Or if you like kukris, there's also the kukri, but they do a lot less damage.
Yeah. Well, the thing I'm thinking of is because a lot of my stats are a little bit lower than some of the other people. I tend to be a little squishier. Is to stay away from people as much as possible, as far as like getting right up close, except in certain situations. So I think I'm going to go with the short spear.
I might also suggest that you look at ranged weapons.
Ranged weapons?
Yeah, ranged weapons like bows, longbows, things like that. Because if you're
they're
wanting
a lot
to
more expensive, though, aren't they?
Some can be, depending on what you're looking at. They can be, but like for example, you can get a short bow. For example, just a regular old short bow is only 30 gold, and it also does 1d6. And if you hit a 20, that's times 3, and that's going to ensure that you're going to be staying a distance like up to 60 feet away from people. Now, longbows are 75. Obviously, you get more expensive with that, but more damage, bigger range. But being that you have 85 gold right now, and if you wanted to go ranged, you could go short bow. There's another couple options here. Let's see here. There is heavy crossbow, which is only 50 gold. But there's obviously loading time with crossbows.
Right, and probably weight too, right?
Yep. And then you've got slings. But like I said, slings are pretty low damage. They're 1d4.
Short bow. But then I've got to worry about purchasing arrows though too, don't I?
Again,
20
you
arrows.
do 20 arrows is only 1 gold.
Okay. How much were
But
these right here? These were just 1 gold too, weren't they?
Dagger with 2 gold.
Okay.
How many of
I'll tell you what. If you wanted short bow, and I'm gifting you masterwork, I will give you a masterwork short bow with say 40 arrows for the 30 for just the base 30 gold, just to simplify it and make things a little easier.
Okay, short bow. Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be masterwork.
All right, I'm back.
How many arrows?
Welcome back. 40 arrows.
Oh gosh, thank you.
So I'm giving you 40 arrows for free. There's only 2 gold, not a much, but you know.
Okay, for the amount of a regular short bow, you said the 30 gold.
Yep, you just be paying 30 gold and you get it masterwork with arrows,
Okay.
which still leaves you 55 gold in your pocket.
Okay, so that's going to change right there. Yeah, see, we're going with short bow. Okay, how much would these right here? That was 2, and how much?
gold?
That.
2 gold.
Okay, all right.
You have 55 remaining.
Okay, so this is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go with, of course, the short bow.
Okay.
As the main. Do you need me to give you these other ones as far as equipment, or will that come later?
What do you mean other ones? Like you can have as many weapons as you want to buy. I mean, that's not a problem.
Well, I'm going to have the short bow, the short spear for 1 gold piece.
Okay.
The punching dagger for 2 gold piece.
Okay.
And a regular dagger for 2 piece.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So that's another 5 gold.
Yeah.
All right, brings you down to 50. But yeah, you can have those.
Okay.
Make sure you write down the stats and form and everything later. Like I said, I'll get you the better character
Just
sheet.
that is masterwork. The other ones are regular. Just
Correct. Yeah, only that short bow is masterwork.
Yeah. And yeah, it's 40 arrows. All right. So, and you said I had how much again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 50 gold remaining. And next
then,
thing we have to do is roll to see if you get lucky and get a wondrous item.
Oh, okay.
So roll your 1d100.
$83.
83, not bad, not bad. Now you're gonna tell me high or low.
I'm gonna go high this time.
Oh, you do not start the game with a wondrous item. That's okay. That's okay. You still got a lot of masterwork stuff. That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Now we're down to if you want to buy the adventurer's kit for 10 gold.
I do. And you
Right,
said
so
it
that-
included at least a bell or 2?
Yeah. All the common
Okay.
sense stuff you need for adventuring.
Okay, I do. So $10 for the adventurer's kit.
Yep, brings you down
So
to
that
40
puts me
gold.
down to 40. Okay.
We should talk about again what kind of clothing you would like.
All right. And give me those lists. I know there was one that had just 1 set of clothes, like adventurers, and then there was one that had 2 sets of clothes,
Okay.
and one that was just a little above that.
Yeah, give me 1 second to pull that back up again because for some reason I had it and then it poofed.
Okay.
That's what happens to me all the time. All right, your traveler's outfit is your basic one for 1 gold. It only comes with an okay set of boots, skirt or pants, a belt, a shirt, and a cloak with a hood. That's 1 gold. For 5 gold, you can get the adventurer's version of that, where everything's made a lot sturdier, a lot warmer, and you get 2 sets. Then there's
Okay.
the explorer's outfit, which is all of that made in leather. Plus, you get like gloves, nice socks. You can have a hat if you want a hat, and also 2 sets. And then you can get even more expensive above that.
And how much was
Like-
the leather one?
That'd be 10 gold for that package.
And I have 40, so that would put me down to 30.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So just write down adventurer's outfit times 2. Now we got to do something for you that we didn't do for anyone else, which will also involve potentially another role. Now, you're a bard. What kind of performance do you do as a bard? Are you like a storyteller, a lute player, a harp player, a dancer, etc.? How do you
I
use your
sing.
magic? You
I
sing. You're
sing.
a singer. All right, so you don't have to worry about buying an instrument then. So that actually,
Hey.
don't worry about what I just said. That's not important right now.
You can also sing it.
I could
Hmm?
sing in different languages.
You could. So you are a
Yeah.
a singer.
Siren.
Okay. Tools and kits. Yeah, you don't even need any of the other, like you don't need a musical instrument or nothing. You're just gonna sing, which is fantastic. Does make
Yeah.
things easier.
That
I'm
was
a
kind of my thing. So I
I'm a
was like,
lute guy myself. Like I will build, perform, and do singing and an instrument, but it takes some other feats and some skill build up and some forethought to get to that. But
mhm,
it's pretty cool because you can get a self playing instrument where I can use a magic word to start playing a song, and my lute will then fly out of my hand and just levitate and keep playing the song and keep doing the magic on its own while I jump in and start fighting. But again, I build
Sounds
things.
a little terrifying, but
It is, but that's the kind of bards that I play because I'm the bardiest bard that has ever barded.
The bardiest
That's
bard
what
that has ever barded.
yeah, that's what that means.
everybody
I'm nuts
run.
with it.
There's a flying flute.
Yeah. I could walk into any campaign that you guys would play as a bard at the same level and just run circles around all of you. But that's again because I've mastered one class, and that's bard. That's
mhm.
the only class I've ever mastered.
Well, I'm trying something new this time, so
Yeah. No,
I'm real excited about it.
bards are off and awesome. Like I said, you're in good hands if you ever have questions about bards because
Okay,
I got you.
okay.
The bard expert.
Let's yeah, I am definitely a bard expert, a bard expert.
Okay.
Let's see. So that
Sounds like a
takes
type
care.
of potato almost.
It does kinda, yeah. It does kinda. So that covers pretty much everything unless I mean there's other little items again like I said that I mentioned before. There's like horses, anything you can imagine you can buy in this game pretty much.
Okay.
But or you can just wait and see
I'm
what you
just gonna
like
hang
and
on to the rest of my gold if that's okay.
all right. Yeah, of course. Of course that's great. So that puts you down to what 30 gold is what you had left?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you're going to start the game when we play with 30 gold.
Okay.
So again, I know this take a long time for you guys at home. This is almost 3 hours. With only 3 of us, it'll probably be a little bit longer next time because we'll have 4 people making characters, but we also won't have people in the background helping them. So we actually got with you guys having Oddfather there to help you guys out while we were moving things around, and that actually sped things up a lot. So this is
Mhm.
really how long it takes to create characters in D&D, and people don't think about that. So yeah, it does work out that we're splitting it up into multiple shows for character creation. Depending on how quick the next one goes, we might need to split that one in 2 again, but we'll figure
Yeah.
that out when we get there.
Yeah,
Just
but
keep splitting off.
this is why people get so like attached to their character.
Yeah, and this is just level 1. And now
Yeah.
the initial concept, you're going to spend more time making the character than you do leveling up is just okay. I add a couple things, make a couple choices, I'm done. And then
Mhm.
the buying things, equipment happens throughout campaigns. But yeah, I mean, you get a lot of sweat equity into these characters, especially as you keep leveling them up over time. I've played
Mhm.
games where I've had the same character for 3 or 4 years before, and oh my god, when that one died, or when the game would just quit because the DM didn't want to do it anymore, which is the worst way for a campaign to ever end without closure.
I've had that happen before, but I've relatively got lucky. So
More than half the games that I've ever played has ended in the DM just not wanting to play anymore and just no closure.
what? Oh, that's
It happens.
crazy.
It's common though. When you play
Yeah.
as often as I have for many years as I've had with as many different groups, you're gonna run into that, and it's 50-50. So you just have to hope your
Yeah.
DM is there for the long haul. And I
Yeah.
even as a DM, I've had the players be like, you know what, we're not interested anymore, or like 2 players quit, then the rest of them were just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
I've had all kinds of things happen as a DM. I'd say even as a DM, I've only completed 50% of the games I've played that I've ran.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So it's like that.
Well, I'm excited to get back into this. It's been way too long. It's kind of
Yeah.
like tattoos. Like you can't do it once.
Oh yeah, and I've been building D&D up to Matt for a couple years now, so he's probably got some pretty high expectations coming in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's see, around here, like there if because we're like an anomaly. We're like 30 minutes from everywhere.
Right.
We've got a couple of places around here, like libraries and stuff, that will do it. It just they do it during the week, and I have really, really wanted to get our daughter involved in this. It's just
Yeah.
been too difficult with work schedules and things like that.
Oh yeah,
So
and
I'm excited too.
and I'm not tooting my own horn or anything here, but I'm a great DM to start with because I know what it was like. I was 9 the first time I played this, and I was in over my head and had to learn quick because these guys were adults and they were. Me and my
Mhm.
brother did not know what was going on. And it was a friend of my dad worked with who was the guy that eventually went on to create Ravenloft. That's who was
Oh
my first
wow.
DM, and that's how I got to play one session only with Gary
Mhm.
Gygax. Like this dude was hardcore about rules and stuff. And they were kid gloves for the first couple levels while we figured things out. But we only got
Mhm.
kid gloves to like level 3. I'm giving kid gloves for our group to level 5 before I start getting really intense with you guys. But even
Right.
then, like I said, we shortcut some of the rules to make things a little bit more playable, a little more cinematic for people watching and listening, and a little bit more fun for
Mhm.
you guys. Without, I'm never going to be a
Right.
dick about the rules. I mean, there's going to be some
Well,
rules that are just the way they are, but
well, and I know we have to go here in just a minute, but do you ever find because it's kind of like an umpire, or as far as DMs, not everybody can do it. It
no, it's
it
hard.
it's hard. Do you ever find that a lot of times that your pre-planned ideas completely change because of the way that the decisions that the group makes, basically, on the
All the
adventure?
time, all the time, and that's how you weed out when you're a player. You play under different DMs. You kind of get a feel for how a DM runs things. A
Mhm.
lot of DMs don't make it long as a DM because they spend I know people that spend weeks, months preparing this gorgeous thing
Mhm.
and then get really upset and frustrated when their players just don't care and don't want to follow it. That happens. As a DM, you spend time prepping. You should spend a good amount of time prepping, but you
Right.
have to understand that anything could change. So,
Yeah.
luckily, I have a mental illness that makes me over prepare everything. So, I've got my general path on what I want for you guys for like a season worth of a game, what I consider a
Mhm.
gaming season, which just wraps up a
Mhm.
major story. That's the end of the season. Then we talk about season 2 or whatever. Because we're
Right.
doing these as in terms of a season versus sessions. It just works a little differently. So,
Right.
we're like episodes of a season. So what I do is I plan out the basic overall. I come up with some NPCs. I generate a lot of really cool ideas, and then when I prepare personally, I think this could go badly in a lot of different ways. Let me also include, as I'm planning, a lot of extra side options that are just there. And then when
Mhm.
I run the game, because I'm skilled with improv and I've actually was an improv teacher for a while, I've got the improv skills to know that no matter what I planned for, there's still going to be at least one of you at one point in time that's going to be like, "Ah, fuck it. I'm sorry for my language. Screw it." And they're going to do something so out of left field that I could never have imagined that I'm just going to be sitting there going, "That's that's when me as a person, my improv skills come in. And I'm prepared for that.
Right.
I'm very prepared for you guys to just derail us. But a good DM knows how to lead their players back on somewhat of a
Back,
track.
circle back around to where
Yeah,
you intended for everybody to be.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
'Cause I
So
always
there's
wondered
there's a
about
lot of
that.
you got to plan 50% and then see to your pants the other 50, and that's what makes a good DM. Someone that can roll
Yeah.
with the punches and keep on track without losing their crap and being angry at the players for screwing things up. Because my job
Mhm.
is to guide you. My job is not to tell you what to do. I'm not here
Okay.
to tell you, oh, you have to go save the princess. My job is to, hey, man, there's this princess over there that you need saved. There's also this whole world of things to do. What sounds like the plan? Like, what do you guys want to do? And then I adapt and alter to that.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
At least that's what I think
Cool.
a DM should be doing.
Mhm. Well,
There are plenty of people out there that
that's
disagree.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I like the kind of whole, because it seems like if you didn't stay somewhat fluid, it would get extremely frustrating.
Yeah, you have to stay fluid, but if you're too fluid, then there's no actual story, and all the other players are going, well, this one player in our party is just wanting to do all this crazy shit, but we're not having fun because we're not actually really doing anything. So I have to keep an eye out for
Right.
that too, because I have to make sure
Right.
you guys are all. So the cool thing is, at the end of every session, we have campfire mode. When campfire
Okay.
mode engages, it means we're done for the night for that session. But each of us gets a chance to talk about something they liked and didn't like as much about that session. That helps your
Oh,
other
okay.
players know about what you're enjoying or not enjoying, and it helps me
Mhm.
know what to gear more towards or what to avoid a little bit more in the future. It's just
Okay.
a way for us all to critique each other about how we're doing and the fun we're having, so we kind of stay on the same page as a group.
Okay. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
But yeah, I mean that's it for episode 0, part 1, minus the fire and everything else that happened today.
Matt's on fire rolling.
Somebody better put me out.
Yeah. You'll notice Matt hasn't talked like a super lot in this episode. Matt's actually he's pretty shy in real life.
Mhm.
But once we get him going and talking, once you
Oh,
get to know
you'll
Matt, he
fit
talks a
right
lot.
in, Matt.
Yeah, then he'll never shut up like me. Like once you
Yeah.
get him talking.
That is definitely true about me.
But yeah, he'll catch on quick.
I think it's awfully cool to have a necromancer in the group.
It is pretty awesome, man. So far, we got a bard, a fighter, and a necromancer. We're going well because again, you can use that bard if we don't end up not having a rogue for some reason, dude. You can use some of your skill points and rogue skills, and still
Yeah.
be able to open logs, detect the traps, and you'll still be able to do that. And also, if we end up not having a cleric, you get healing spells as a bard, so you can kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you get a chance to
Kind
be
of
that
fill a
character that can do
spot a
anything.
little bit.
Yeah, you're filling multiple spots with one character and just kind of building based on what you think the party needs.
Mhm.
But like for example, we could probably use a cleric, so hopefully someone plays one, or a druid or anything that's like more of a healer class. We could probably use a rogue if someone ends up wanting to play one.
A what?
A rogue, a thief.
Oh, I thought you said a
Yeah.
user organ. I was like, what is
Oh,
that?
sorry. Yeah, we could use a cleric, a healer of some kind, and a rogue. That would really finish rounding out that party, and then anything else is great. But no matter what, there's ways you can get around that. If we don't have a healer, we got you as a bard. Maybe another person plays a bard, then we got two, and that covers a lot of things. Or you can buy potions to heal yourself with, scrolls. I mean, there's options for everything. You can hire from someone from town whose job it is to just follow your party and use all their spells to just heal you. They don't fight; they just follow you and they heal you, and just someone you pay to follow you around. So yeah, there's lots of cool options for that. So, but right now it's starting pretty evenly, because Matt's necromancer gets a lot of damaging spells too. So you've got a magic user that knows about magic. You've got you who knows about magic, but also knows about multiple other things. And then you got your tank over there in the corner that's just basically going to roll over everybody and keep you guys from dying.
Yeah.
That's the fighter's job. Yeah, we'd even throw in a ranger somewhere. We have lots of cool options.
Yeah.
I hope you guys weren't too bored at home listening. I know, again, character creation isn't the most fun thing in the world, but we wanted to do that for you guys so you could really see from the ground up what it takes, like what goes into a D&D game. And for like the whole Outlight side of things,
behind
you
the
guys,
scenes type thing.
yeah. And you guys know me and Dell are real big on the Outlight thing about not just the story, but how the story is crafted. And this is part of how this story that we're all going to tell together is crafted. And hopefully makes it a little less intimidating for people that have never played before that hear this and are interested in trying it for the first time. There's a lot to it, sure, but it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's a lot easier than it looks in the book. Because you look in the book, there's numbers, there's all this crazy shit. And then you got your DM that's just kind of breaking it down for you, making it easy to follow. And hopefully that's a good thing. And more people start playing D&D as they're listening to ours.
Well, and guys, go on our website. It's right there on the homepage. If you're interested and you've got questions about D&D, or you're, looking to, I don't know, start up again and you've got questions or what have you.
Yeah.
We've got channels in there for that. Join the Discord. We've got an invite right there on the homepage of our website. And be part of the conversation.
Yeah. And again, as we go on,
we'll
be rolling more stuff on the Twitch side for the gaming and again, doing all kinds of little interaction stuff between you listeners or watchers or viewers, I guess, and us. So as we get going, we'll implement. Yeah, we'll implement some more cool things for you guys as we play also. But that won't be again until we're doing actual normal non-character building sessions. We have at least one more of those, depending on how quickly the next one goes with 4 people. It shouldn't be too bad.
And that's I think this coming up Monday that you guys will be doing that. So
yeah. And we go Monday, Friday.
Yeah. All righty then.
That's all I got.
Well, thank you guys for joining in, and well, Raz will see you back next Monday. I'll be down in the comments.
Oh yeah, definitely. And again, even if you built your character and you want to come in and just bullshit and hang out, I mean that's totally acceptable as well. But I do want to say good night to Steve the Cat, and thank you for joining us. And can't wait to have you back to build your character next Monday.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. I'm really excited about it, man. I'm excited that you're here. And thank you, Matt, for joining us on PBDC for the first time ever. Hope you enjoyed yourself, man.
Oh, it was awesome. Very nice meeting every one of you guys.
Hell yeah. And of course, again, if you want to come back next Monday and just kind of sit around and listen and bullshit, you're welcome to do that as well. But other than that, yeah, the only thing I got left to say to everybody at home is suck it.
Suck it.
Yep. That's my sign off.
All right.
Nope.